Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the bakagaijinshow. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Zeke. Freaking with me, as always, is my incorporated co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
I'm fully incorporated. You can't separate me from the podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's growing on us like a weird, disjointed tumor.
Yeah, I'm just that little growth that constantly stays there, and you just can't quite get rid of it.
I'm
a tumor.
You're like the Evil Boyle or Priestess. Which one was on Joseph's armor? Was that Priestess?
I don't fucking remember. See, you said that, and I was thinking like, hi, I'm Elmer, and this is my Boyle, Bob.
Take over the world, Barry. No, yeah. Some of the middle Stardust Crusaders stands, name-wise, all blend together for me.
Yeah, and a lot of them are a little bit, I don't know, generic, I guess? I don't know, like mid like the middle stretch of Stardust Crusaders kind of blends together a little bit.
I remember them all, I just don't always remember the name.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up, because I feel like I'm right, but I might not be right.
I do like that stand battle, though, because it's, like, very non-standard, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's not Priestess. Is it Empress? I'm looking that up. You can talk. I'm just looking at. Yes, it's Empress. It's Empress.
Okay. Because like I don't know.
No, just you can come up with things to talk about. It's fine.
No, we can talk about JoJo. I mean,
you can talk about JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about JoJo.
Speaking of, hello.
Fucking lost. Hello. Sorry I wasn't here last week, everybody. I was very much preoccupied with some other stuff that I had to do that weekend. So I was not able to attend, I wasn't able to attend this Saturday, so they moved it for me. So hello, this is Sheridan, Gerard, whatever the fuck you want to call me. All of these names should probably be expunged, and I should probably change my name and skip states and a bunch of other shit, but for right now they're gonna stick.
Yeah. That feeling when you have to run from the feds, but you're just not in the mood.
No, I said something bad in a fandom once, and that's even scarier. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Zeke knows what that's like.
I do that all the time, but I haven't gotten chased out of the fandom, just specific parts of it. Mostly just private Discord servers. I guess public Discord servers.
I still can't get over that shit that happened with like the Fangan Hub Wiki server or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. I don't even know if I actually don't know if No, I don't think they're from the wiki, actually. I think it's like there's two different Fangan Hubs.
Then why do they both call themselves Fangan Hub?
Because they're a hub for Fangans.
Yeah, but then it just gets confusing. It's like it's like
Correct.
like Dove the soap and Dove the chocolate not being by the same company. Like, come on.
Correct.
The exact same logo.
Also,
I've always wondered about that. Are you telling me they're not the same?
Kevin,
look that up. They have different trademarks.
But do they have like the same parent?
No, they don't. They're totally separate.
Interesting.
It's so weird.
Yeah. That is bizarre. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that. And there's also like other Fangan wikis that are not like that are not either hub. So yeah, there's various efforts to like catalog all the Fangan efforts, I suppose.
Yeah.
Why do fandoms have to be confusing?
I don't know. Why do I always appreciate, and this is ironic, I don't appreciate it at all, that like a lot of games will have like the shitty fucking fandom wiki, and then they'll have the actually good Fextra Life wiki.
Yep.
You could just say Hollow Knight, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not just Hollow Knight, it's like a lot of things.
Yeah. Transformers and like Lost Media Wiki are like two of the other ones.
Yeah. Fandom Wiki suck. Fandom Wiki sucks. It's not good.
It used to be fine, but then they fucking sold out.
Would you like some information with your ads?
No, I would like less ads and more information.
That's literally what I said. Okay then. It's bad.
It's very bad.
Especially on mobile. It's awful.
Oh my god! Like every time I try to click on something, like this ad pops up, and it has a little X next to it, but I can't actually click the X. It won't let me, so I have to go back and then click the link again. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. I fucking don't like Sal. I'm sorry, Sal. I know you're just trying to make a living, Sal. Sal, I'm sorry. Mobile Gamatsu is not as good anymore. Because now there's just like a permanent like video ad at the bottom.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Yeah.
And it takes up like fucking 1/5 of the screen.
Yeah, that's the real. If it was just like a tiny little bar or whatever, I wouldn't mind that much. But like, it's like a whole fucking like third of the screen. It makes it like harder. It actively makes it harder to read the site on mobile. That said,
Yeah.
I think what I've actually ended up doing is I think you can get around that if you just go to their Twitter and click view it in the Twitter browser. I think that works. I don't think the videos show up at that point.
I mean, I guess that works, but it's like, it's such a weird fix.
Not really. I'm on Twitter all the time.
I mean, sure.
It's actually more convenient, actually, and you're a big dum-dum.
Yeah, but having to go through another app just to get to the thing you want.
Yeah, but it's an app I'm always on anyway. I am more often on Twitter than I am on my web browser anyway.
Also true.
Mm-hmm. Big dum-dum. Big dum-dum.
No, I'm not.
Soon the advertising will consume us all, Kevin.
Has it not already?
I don't know. I feel like we're not quite at that Black Mirror don't look away from the screen moment yet.
No. What we're gonna get to is that moment in Futurama where you dream and you have ads in your dreams.
Yeah. I remember back when AVGN, when James fucking postulated about ads in elevators as like a weird hypothetical, and that shit just happens now.
It just happens now. That's
you
just
get
how it is.
at gas stations now. It's the most bizarre thing.
Oh yeah, those fucking ads that play on a loop while you're getting gas.
Oh god.
Although to be fair, 90% of the time it's an ad for the station you're already at.
You should go to Speedway. I'm at Speedway, you bitch.
Well, have you heard about the rewards program?
Yes, I've heard about the rewards program. I'm already signed up.
You're a Speedway rewards member.
Yeah, I signed up yesterday because there's literally a Speedway like down the street from me.
That's so. You don't own a car.
I don't own a car, but they have like hot dogs and taquitos. So.
No, I know that. It's weird to be a Speedway member and not own a car.
I mean, my roommate owns a car, so if he needs a discount on gas, I can give that to him. So.
Oh right, your new secret boyfriend.
Shut up.
Well, shouldn't he be the Speedway member if he has the car?
This is a good point, but also shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna pass the buck to Saradin because I don't know what the fuck to talk about. Saradin, what have you been up to? Because you've been gone for a week longer than us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as always, I'm professionally simping, but on top of that, no, what was I doing last weekend? I don't even remember what I was doing last weekend.
You were professionally simping, I remember that.
I mean, there was that, but I forget what I was doing last.
Oh, right. You were at Kings Island, but I think that was like this past weekend.
No, that was this past weekend. That's why we had to move it to Tuesday. I was at Kings Island Amusement Park. I had been invited by a friend of mine, and I was like, well, I'm not going to turn that down, so I got to go be social and shit. So I don't actually remember what I was doing the weekend before. Oh, I remember. I just won't discuss it. That's fine. I had to do something.
Right.
I had to be
Okay.
there. So
You had to bury a body.
No.
Okay.
No, I did not. But in the intermittent time, I have been catching up on all of this season's offerings of anime, which has been pretty sweet so far. Most of the animes this season are pretty good. I thought Dr. Stone was going to be like a whole season. I thought the whole season was coming out, but apparently I was just damn wrong about that, and that makes me kind of sad.
Yeah, just a special VA.
But it's just a special. But special was good.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. Licorice Recoil, which is an original anime for the season, is pretty good. A1 Picture showing that they could still make anime somehow.
Yeah.
And if you're a Yuri fan, then go nuts. But yeah, that one's nice. I mean, it's girls with guns. If you like that shit, then go for it. If your favorite
You
type
had
of,
me at girls with guns.
If your favorite type of video on YouTube is girls with guns, purchase an F-150 and go watch Licorice Recoil. Anyway, but that one's pretty fun. I've been enjoying my stepmother. Like, I hate these identifiers. My stepmother's daughter is my ex is also quite fun. It's not as spicy as domestic girlfriend, but it is a very fun time so far. And what else have I been watching? Oh yeah, and Ice Queendom. Of course, I've been watching Ice Queendom. And the first original episode for Ice Queendom that's not based on pre-existing content came out yesterday or the day before or something. Yeah. And I watched it and kind of appreciated it. It's a weird episode. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a weird episode.
I've heard it's interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's a very strange episode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this professionally produced fan fiction.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. I mean, you've got Bouquet of Black Rock Shooter fame doing the character designs. All the characters look gorgeous, and then Shaft's animation is, of course, top tier. So it's a very, very fun. It's a very good looking.
It's Ruby fan fiction by the guy who brought us gay cyborg dolphins.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that you said that, and I'm gonna try to purge that from my memory.
Look. Some of us have watched Marduk Scramble. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. When you actually start looking into the work of Toa Bukata, you realize this dude's a little weird.
He's
weird.
He's a bit out there.
He's ever so slightly unconventional.
Yeah, it's just nobody expects gay cyborg dolphins.
Yeah, but otherwise, the anime this season has been really top tier. And also, if you're into sequels, there's more Rent a Girlfriend if you want to solely devote yourself to characters that will just betray you in the end. And then what else? There's another sequel. Oh, there's Donmachi season 4, which is also coming out.
Yeah, I watched the first one of that. Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. That one I got to catch up on. So
it looks pretty.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, directorially, it looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, good. Last season I was a little bit disappointed with the overall quality of the animation and everything. I thought the fights could have been a lot better.
Outside of some key moments, yeah.
Yeah, outside of some a few good moments, and watching Belle get absolutely fucking. Oh, spoiler alert! Watching Belle get absolutely fucking bodied by that Minotaur at the end of last season makes me interested to see where his strengths will grow from here. And it's just nice to see a character take licks. I have also been we have been getting through more Ruby with Kevin.
Yes.
We just finished Volume 5 last night or the night before. I forget. No, it was the night before. I was a disaster last night. I couldn't have watched anything.
Yeah, you were a bit of a mess last night.
I was suicidal. It's great.
And I had to straight up tell you, stop being a dumb, depressed bitch.
I can't help it. My brain does what my brain does.
I know.
I do my best, but hey, I'm still around. But
soon they'll be able to cure that with magnets.
God, I hope so.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's still one of my favorite tweets I've ever made. It's like, hooray, we've cured depression with magnets. Oh no, this has horrifying implications for the notion of free will. Trade-offs,
Yeah.
I guess.
Most physicists are still unsure whether or not free will has any meaning or not. Most agree that it does have meaning because it's the it's Laplace's demon argument of to understand the full psychology of a human being, you would have to understand the interactions of every single neuron and every single quantum effect of those neurons, tracing back to the birth of tracing back to the first moment of cognizance. Yeah. And it's the Lattices Demon argument of there's no way you could... The amount of time it would take to calculate the next second of a person's actions would require more time than it would to complete the actions, so it's meaningless to try to predict such actions.
Yeah.
We can understand pathology and pattern recognition to some extent. This is what psychologists do for a living. But to truly understand what defines choice would take longer than it would to calculate any meaningful choice. So it's a meaningless discussion to have. It's only Laplace's demon is capable of such things, is how the thought experiment goes. So free will can have assigned meaning because we'll never fully understand the mystery of it. Anyway, sidebar. That was a nice sidebar or tangent or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, good sidebar.
We've been getting through Ruby, and then I have been showing Kevin Sword Art Online because this chuckle fuck has only seen bits and pieces of it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, tonight we should watch the rest of All Fame.
Oh, great! I love rape. I mean, what?
Yeah, boy.
Disclaimer: Bakagaijinshow does not condone the sexual violence against anybody, just against anybody. And nor do I. That was a joke.
I love how you almost had to
not read into that statement. But
I'm having an Animal Farm flashback. It's like some sexual assault is more justified than others. It's like some animals.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's only I've seen Animal Farm. It's okay.
No, I've seen Animal Farm too.
SAO Season 1, Kevin really liked it, apparently. And I will defend...
Arc 1.
I'm sorry, I will defend to the grave that SAO is still a good series. That people are far too harsh in judging minor nitpicks. I will say the one issue with Season 1 is one piece of information they forgot to admit. And
for the record, when he says Season 1, he strictly means Eincrod.
Sorry, Arc 1, sorry, excuse me. There was like a 2-week break between the airing of Arc 1 and Arc 2, so I always treat them as different seasons.
Sure.
But yeah, no, Arc 1, Eincrad. There was one piece of information I feel like if they had kept it in, a lot of the complaints about the series would have disappeared, and it has to, because it sets up the quote-unquote, and I use that term heavily, Deus Ex Machina of Kirito surviving a few seconds later. Enough to kill Heathcliff, and it's if they had done the books justice, they would have remembered to mention that when I almost said Kiara, when Asuna
I mean, they both got orange hair,
Shut up. When Asuna chases down Kirito when he's being killed by Kurodil, she actually broke the game's speed limit. And when they mention that, she's just like, I have no fucking clue how I did that. I guess it was just the power of love. And it's kind of a throwaway line, but it does point out that human motivation and willpower has the ability to adversely affect the system, which is exactly how Kirito was able to glitch it a bit and survive at the end. And that was kind of the setup to that payoff. And they kind of forgot to mention that in the series, which
about it go
away.
The really funny thing is that in the Excel World anime, they explain the same basic idea in the incarnate system in elaborate detail.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, if you go to Alicization, that is a core concept of that entire arc. Is literally willpower.
The anime explains it by then. But
yeah, it's just that a lot of people haven't watched that because they gave up on the series because they listened to a sweaty neckbeard's opinion of it. And
yeah, but if they do end up watching it, they're just going to watch that and say, "Oh, it's just a lazy retcon that's been there since day one."
Don't listen to those sweaty neckbeards. Listen to these sweaty neckbeards.
Go watch the series for yourself with an open mind, and honestly, it's really not that bad. It's actually a pretty decent series. It's got some.
If you're going to treat anyone's opinion as gospel, why not ours?
Right.
Yeah.
We're the only people whose opinions matter.
Mm-hmm. We're not doing this for the algorithm, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That automatically makes our opinion way more valid.
Oh yeah, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, I unironically love Sword Art Online. I think it's a goofy series that has some issues, but overall, it's got some solid concepts, and the first arc is, in my opinion, just fantastic. And go read the light novels. They fill in a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what I've been up to. Just watching anime, going to my miserable job. I went to an amusement park and walked so much that now my legs are still sore 3 days later.
That's how it goes. It's the experience.
Yep. And then I had mental trauma and a massive breakdown the other day, but I'm not going to go into that.
Neat.
How's everybody else been? Yeah, neat. That's like the only thing you can say.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that.
I tried not to take it to Twitter this time. I'm trying not to take it to Twitter every time I have one of these. So if you ever see me go silent on Twitter, you know what's going on. But like,
some people have.
I don't want to trauma dump on all my mutuals on Twitter because it chases them away, and I don't want to chase people away.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin, have you done anything other than survive?
I have survived.
Yep.
I will make it if I try, but not especially. I watched. You
watched the Kurosawa movie?
Yeah, I did. I finally got around to watching Throne of Blood, which is Kurosawa's feudal Japan version of Macbeth, and that's a really good movie. Turns out Kurosawa and Shakespeare go together very, very well. Fucking fantastic movie. Loved it. Maybe a little indulgent in the pacing in terms of on Kurosawa's part, because Kurosawa edited the film himself. I feel like a lot of shots and a lot of moments go on a little longer than they should, and like that could have been cut down a little bit. But the movie in general is really, really good, and the final sequence is just utterly fantastic.
You say Kurosawa adaptation of Shakespeare, and my mind immediately went to that PS2 game that's like a cyberpunk interpretation of Seven Samurai.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, but Kurosawa's actually adapted 3 different Shakespeare plays. Yeah, Throne of Blood is an adaptation of Macbeth. There's another one he did that is an adaptation of Ron, which he did in the 80s. That's an adaptation of King Lear. Yeah. And there's another one that he did. I would have to look it up, but he did a 3rd adaptation. But that one wasn't like feudal Japan, like samurai and shit. Like that one actually takes place more in like the 1940s.
Right.
But like apparently that's also a really good movie, so I gotta check it out sometime.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm trying to get through my backlog of Kurosawa movies that I've been wanting to watch that happen to be on HBO Max. The ones that are left that I absolutely need to see are I need to watch Kagemusha. I need to watch the Sanshiro movies. I need to watch what the fuck was it? I need to watch. You know what? Give me a second. Let me open up my fucking HBO Max account. It's much easier if I actually look at the goddamn app.
That's true.
I mean, also, it's right there.
Also, you're becoming a Sentai guy now, right?
I am, and I'm beginning by my favorite. Because you and I had a chat a few days ago where I was complaining yet again about the absolute state of Power Rangers, because I've been a fan of that since I was a kid, and how Power Rangers has not been good for 13 years.
Yep.
And you were like, hey, Kevin, why don't you just become a Sentai guy? And I'm like, at this point, I might have to.
Yeah.
And I decided,
that's what they still give a shit.
Exactly. And I figured, what better way to begin my delve into Sentai than taking my favorite season of Power Rangers, Time Force, and checking out the corresponding Sentai, Mirai Sentai Time Ranger, which I watched 2 episodes of, and I really liked it. So, let's go, baby! Sentai! It's the Kevin Sentai arc.
Hooray.
You've done this. This is something you have done.
Yeah. Once again, I curse my attempts to make you happy.
So yeah, I need to watch. No, I've seen Rashomon, but I need to watch Ikiru, and the Hidden Fortress next.
Is it the Hidden Fortress only I can enter?
No. But Hidden Fortress Hidden Fortress is actually one of the main inspirations for Star Wars.
Oh, that one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Since you guys are into nostalgic media, can I sidebar real quick?
Sure.
I watched this really interesting video about Laserdisc recently, and it was basically why it flopped. And it was a lot more interesting than I thought it was. I thought it was a thing like, Betamax versus VHS, where VHSs were just cheaper, more accessible, and porn gravitated to it. And I thought that's why Laserdisc failed, and it actually has nothing to do with that. Laserdisc was trying to solve a problem that essentially didn't exist at the time. And the big thing that sold VCRs was the fact that they advertised them not as a way to watch home purchased videos, but the fact that they allowed you to record television. Which I did not know. I did not know VCRs were initially invented for recording and mostly recording. But VCR,
in fact, the cable companies tried to sue Sony over it,
and RCA and a couple other companies. I found out,
but the courts ruled that recording TV was legal.
Yeah. So, sorry, lighting a smoke.
Unless it's the NFL, of course.
Well, yeah, exactly. So the idea was that most people were used it as a method to watch TV because it was all very strictly scheduled, like it is today. And instead of filling the slots with a bunch of reruns, they would just give you dead air. So if you missed a program, you missed a program, and that didn't work with a lot of people's schedules. So the VCR provided a service to people that they actually wanted, which was about basically allowing you to time shift when you watch TV. And the VCR and the tapes were reusable. Yeah. So once you were done rewatching something, you would just get rid of it and then watch it, go record the next thing on the next night.
Yeah, that's a whole fucking thing that has not been in my life for 20 years. But that's the thing we used to do, is just record shit on the VCR. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. If you weren't at home to watch something because you had practice or whatever, you'd go and record it because you were never sure, especially on network TV, when it would be rerun at the next time. Because network TV almost never does reruns. That's more of a cable thing. So that was the problem it was built to solve. And the thing about Laserdisc is that it was born in an era and at a time where kind of like, the idea of taking a movie home and watching it over and over again was a foreign concept. You'd go to the theater, watch it maybe 2-3 times at most, and then be done with it and move on with your life. And only the richest of the rich would ever, own their own home video theaters and whatever. And
they'd build like a film reel collection. Yeah,
they would purchase the old film reels from theaters and stuff, and then. But that was considered a rich thing. It wasn't really a cultural need because they'd never experienced it. So Laserdisc, the promise of, these discs are cheap and you could watch video at home. It wasn't really something that people thought they needed at the time. And so it didn't sell well, which means companies didn't make laser discs of their films because there wasn't a huge market, which means there wasn't a huge library, which means it didn't sell well. So that was kind of the problem with Laserdisc. The fact that they couldn't write, you couldn't write to a Laserdisc repeatedly was the thing that killed it. And it was advertised incorrectly, which I thought was fascinating. with us with our huge Blu-ray libraries these days, it's hard to imagine a time where people just didn't consider that a necessity or an option.
Yeah, it's interesting the cultural shift, because like back in the day before home video, people thought of movies the same way they thought of like shows or like theater performances, where it's just like something that runs in like a circuit and then it's gone, and that's just how maybe it comes back, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't until home video that like the culture of like media consumption and like being like a film auteur or whatever, the whole video store culture really took off with home media.
Yeah, that reminds me of another video that I saw that went into Disney and their entire Disney Vault strategy that happened.
Right, yeah,
there's two
videos. I know there's two videos I wanted to bring up. There's that one by Yesterworld Entertainment, the history of the Disney Vault, which is a very fascinating look at how Disney tried to keep their films like sacred and part of the film circuit through re-releases and not like make them available on home video. And then when they finally did, they made it like super limited and expensive and like premium.
I fucking love the commercials that they ran where it's like, you had the chance to buy Bambi, now you don't have it anymore.
Yes,
no.
And what finally killed it was the fact that studios started producing a lot of their old films.
Yeah.
Stuff like Casablanca and whatever on VHS for home purchase, because those were unlikely to ever see reshoots or re-filmings in theaters. And so they started.
And they also aired on TV.
Yes. Yeah, and they also aired on TV. And so and they were like, well, and this was at a time when the tapes became a lot less expensive as well. Yeah. And once they started doing that, they were like, well, there's literally no reason to have a Laserdisc because it's just a strictly worse version. Also, nobody had stereo sound. Like, nobody. It was stereo equipped, but like that was like a non-feature because most people did not have stereo sound, and most TV shows and movies were not like filmed in stereo sound, so it was like a feature that was just useless to most people back then. It'd be like if we had 4K Blu-ray. It's like if we had 4K Blu-rays 5 years ago when we were still running or 4K TVs when we were still running DVDs. It's like, why do I need this? Like. Nothing is of quality where this is useful. I'm just paying for extra for no reason. And once studios started releasing stuff on VHS, there was just no hope for Laserdisc anymore.
Yeah.
Because people already owned, VHS players and stuff, and they, it's just sorry.
Yeah, what Kevin was referring to is the Yesterworld actually had like a count in the corner of the times Disney would guilt trip parents about missing out on the home video releases for shit.
The Disney Vault guilt count.
The Disney Vault shit. They did that all the way through the 2000s.
Yep. Get it before it's gone. You might just miss your chance, or it'll be gone
because
forever.
eBay isn't a thing for overflow. Shut the fuck up, Disney.
Well,
if I could just walk into Disney every 10 minutes and tell them to shut the fuck up, I would be the happiest man alive.
You get a lot of steps in.
I'd give a lot of social credit too. Disney's fucking evil. Anyway,
yeah. And then the other video I want to bring up is the H Bomber guy history of VHS video, which is also really good.
Yeah, that is a very good video. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Speaking of old media, I don't know if you finished it, Kevin, but I did watch that entire history of Don Bluth musical video yesterday.
I watched about like half of it.
You didn't get to the big-nosed polyamorous elephant seal moment?
Not quite, no.
Big seal polyamorous elephant seal moment.
Big-lipped alligator moment.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good video.
But yeah, anyway, other shit I've been up to. Yeah, watch Time Ranger, watch Throne of Blood, began watching Time Ranger.
Okay, I was gonna say you must have had a busy day yesterday if you watched all of Time Ranger.
No, not quite. Last night I had like beer and nachos. So that was pretty nice. Yeah, you can tell I was having a bad time when the guy who normally doesn't drink beer was like, "Fuck, I need a beer."
Yeah.
Hey, it fucking worked. It fucking hit the spot. Like it worked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you normally drink?
Normally I either drink like mixed drinks or like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Wait,
it was
you
really
make hard
bad.
lemonade?
No, Mike's no.
I don't make that
Okay.
No, thank you. I've only heard that joke 1,000 times. Good lord.
It's a flash from the past.
Oy vey.
Anyway, talk more about your drinking problem, Kevin.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
But,
With the drinking or the
no,
talking about
no, the talking about it.
it? Okay.
It's only a problem if I run out.
Stock lines. Yeah.
But yeah, no. The prologue for Gundam Witch from Mercury came out recently, and it doesn't have any official subtitles, but I did find a fan sub of it, so I'm gonna watch that later today, because the last Gundam AU I really, really, really gave a shit about, like I really, really liked, was Gundam 00.
Yeah.
So I really want Witch from Mercury to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the writer. The director seems good. So, like, maybe?
I prefer Warlock from Venus, personally.
Oh, hey, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Yep.
Is Craig like our version of Shit Pickle?
I don't know.
Sorry. There was traffic.
Nah, you're good. Hey. You still got here in good time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've just been surviving, struggling, and occasionally watching shit. Not very much, but hopefully
I saw those nachos. They looked sad.
They were the saddest nachos, but they were at least edible.
Well, that's a desirable trait in nachos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been my fucking life.
It reminds me of a clip that I can't remember where it's from, which is the guy going, "Well, I can keep this down."
But yeah, what the fuck have you been up to, Zeke?
Well, I've watched some anime. I watched the Dontmachi. I've been watching Call of the Night, Main Abyss Season 2, Shadow's House Season 2.
Oh, I forgot about Main Abyss. I still haven't watched that yet. Shit.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to cancel my fucking high dive because I can't do it on the app. Can't do it on the app, Kevin. Why can't you cancel on the app? I don't know.
I don't know.
You can't. It's just a fucking shit, stupid app. Hate it.
Again,
so I'm
website version of High Dive, really good. App version of High Dive, really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anime is happening. There's some stuff coming to Disney Plus early next month on like the 3rd, I think. I think Lightyear's coming to Disney Plus. I'll probably watch that.
Logan is on Disney Plus. Watch that shit.
Your nephew?
No, Logan the X-Men movie, you dork.
This guy's trying to get me to babysit for him. Not happening.
Goodness gracious. Just
anyway,
watch the Wolverine movie with the old man. Jesus Christ.
It's the best X-Men movie, okay? Watch it.
Fucking make me.
It's not a huge
I'll
bar.
stream it.
Put it on the list then. Put it on the list.
I'll put it on the list. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it this Monday. Yeah. Fuck it.
No, we're not, because I have to spin
Monday.
the wheel. I have to spin the wheel, Kevin. I made a whole wheel for this shit.
Okay, fine.
Also add small soldiers. I forgot to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that like right now.
Yeah. What was I saying? You've distracted me. Oh wait, Lightyear. The last 2 episodes of Molly McGee, I think, are coming early August. So that's something. There's a new fucking Hitman map today. I'm gonna check that out. I'm probably gonna start playing. Freelancer mode is coming later this year. I'm probably gonna start playing Hitman again because I got fuck else to do. And then I've just been reading. I went back to Mistborn, and I'm almost done with the Final Empire. I have like 80 pages left or something. It's getting there. And I finally have Mushoku Volume 3, so I have the first 6 volumes of Mushoku Tensei, so I can finally start reading Mushoku Tensei. The only volumes I'm missing, aside from the most recent one that just came out, are 7, 8, and 9 that I'm still waiting for reprints on. But otherwise, I have everything. So that's gonna happen soon-ish.
New season of that is coming out too, isn't it?
Next year, yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's 2023.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they just I posted about an anime atrium, but they're doing a fucking anime of Dark Gathering, which is interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, by OLM. I'm fascinated. I wrote that.
They're doing a Korean manhwa that doesn't have God in its title, which is really interesting.
I didn't know that was legal.
I didn't know that was legal either, but apparently Solo Leveling is getting an adaptation. I've been seeing a lot of buzz about that. Apparently, it's really good if you're into power fantasy, which I'm not. But
also, that artist died today, so or 3 days ago. I just heard the news.
Jesus,
today,
really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, sorry to all the fans. I just upset.
No, it was pretty fresh news. It was just reported. I literally just saw it like before we started recording. Yeah. So yeah. F in chat. Yeah. And then we're gonna. You know what, Kevin? I have a wheel. Let's spin the wheel, Kevin. You want to spin the wheel? Let's spin the wheel.
Oh! Have you actually created the wheel?
Yes. Although I didn't put everything on there. I took like 10 from you and 10 from me, and I put them on a wheel.
All right.
Just at random. So the ones I just grabbed at random to put on the wheel are, from me, we have Lego Movie 2, the second part, American Psycho, Ron's Gone Wrong, Knives Out, Penguins of Madagascar, District 9, Cats and Dogs, Max Keeble's Big Move, Paul, Lottery Ticket. And then from you, we have Alita Battle Angel, Scooby-Doo Legend of the Phantasaur, Promare, The Brave Little Toaster, Terminator, Curse of the Black Pearl, RoboCop, Mortal Kombat, Batman vs. TMNT, and Daredevil Director's Cut.
All right.
Let's
good to me.
Spin that wheel. I set it for like 2 minutes though, so we can still talk.
Oh, okay.
I like my wheels to be nice and dramatic.
I love how you can actually set how long the wheel spins for.
Yep.
God, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so this is going to be a normal conversation, except there's going to be a constant fucking plang, like a twang in my ears, like da 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 da. So I'm just going to assume you have a really weird accent.
So yeah, what else you been up to? But boy.
Yeah, actually, it's really interesting when you talk. The wheels sound quiet. So I think that's Discord's like muting other things in the background.
Yeah, I think it does that.
It does that a little bit, maybe.
It does do that.
Yeah. Man, this is a really distracting sound. I shouldn't have done this.
This was a bad idea. I don't know why you did this.
There's a woodpecker in my brain, Kevin!
Woody, get the fuck out of there!
Oh, God. No. Remember the Woody Woodpecker movie? We should add that to the list.
No. Do not subject anybody to that.
I'm just going to veto the Woody Woodpecker movie.
Hard veto of Woody Woodpecker. I'm sorry.
If somebody had a gun to your head, which would you choose? The Woody Woodpecker movie or the Yogi Bear movie?
The Yogi Bear movie.
Really? Fascinating.
Yeah, because at least that one has Dan Aykroyd and Justin Timberlake.
That's true. It does have that. It's interesting that they're both both like weird Hanna-Barbera shit movies were just filmed at a random like public park.
Yeah.
Okay, the wheel's slowing down, but where will it land?
Where will it land? What movie shall I have to play?
Where will it land? It's slowing down. It's slowing down really slowly because I set it for 2 minutes.
What's the timer on?
I don't think it's just... Okay, it's Knives Out.
Oh, fuck yeah, nice.
Yes, I will post a screenshot for proof in lobby chat.
Awesome.
So, I don't know when we're doing that, but we're going to do that at some point. It's on the docket, as they say. And I will remove that from the wheel next time.
Well, I'm going to have to rent that, but sure.
I think it's on Netflix.
No, it looks like it got removed.
It got removed, but they're producing the sequels.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Maybe it'll be back. I don't know. We'll look into it. We'll look into it.
I mean, it's like $4 for a 3-day rental on Vudu, so like, whatever, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I wanted to announce the results, but whatever, it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, next time, Craig. Next time.
Yeah. Don't you have a public library now, Kevin?
I do.
Check that out. See, there's a Blu-ray.
How am I gonna stream that?
Your laptop not have a Blu-ray drive?
No.
Oh no, it was only $800. Why would it have a fucking standard piece of equipment?
I'm sorry. Do you know what laptops are built like these days?
Doesn't have a fucking disk drive, bro.
Dude, this thing has like a fucking actual goddamn GPU in it and has like a whole ass cooling system to keep that under control. Do you think there's space for a disk drive?
Kevin, I had a laptop with a Blu-ray drive like in 2014. I don't know what the problem is.
How the fuck did that thing have a Blu-ray drive?
I don't know. It was just a Sony Vaio. It had a Blu-ray drive.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, hold on. My old touchscreen laptop, which was like a $1,200 laptop, but was like super tiny, and it was like meant for digital art, so it had a good graphics card and everything in it. That had a Blu-ray drive in it. They're just getting lazy these days.
Oh well, fuck me then, I guess.
Kevin, if it makes you feel better, my current laptop only has a DVD drive.
Oh, okay.
But no, the $400 Sony Vaio I had like 7-8 years ago now, that had a Blu-ray drive.
God damn.
So that, in my mind, that's just standard.
Yeah, you'd think, but gaming laptops are not typically built that way.
Well, that sounds like a problem.
It sounds like a problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the main thing that I miss in my current laptop that I had in like every other laptop I've owned up to now. Is this does not have a disk drive.
Actually, tell me it doesn't have a fucking headphone jack.
No, it definitely has one of those.
Oh, good. It's not. I was gonna quickly chastise this purchase, Kevin. It seems like problems in retrospect.
No. Generally speaking, it's a good laptop. It works. It does what I want it to do, except for the disk drive. That's like the one flaw.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's like the one flaw.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Also, my library only has DVDs, so
What? Now that's even weirder than the other thing.
Exactly. Like I went in there feeling like, yeah, we're the Blu-rays.
Ghetto ass library is this?
I don't fucking know.
I've been to some fucking poor ass libraries, and even they've got Blu-rays. What the fuck, man? How have they acted? Do they just actively turn them away? How do you avoid them?
I have no idea. They do have PS4 games though.
Well, I guess they technically do have Blu-rays, don't they?
I mean, by technicality.
Yeah. I'm technically right, once again. The best kind of right.
Yeah, but they don't have movies on Blu-ray. It's all DVDs.
So you need to ask them about that. I need to know, Kevin.
I absolutely will next time I go in, which I need to return something anyway.
Do they just have to... Like, Blu-rays have been around since 2006, Kevin. How do they just fucking avoid Blu-rays altogether?
I have no idea.
Are they allergic to them?
Maybe?
That's fucking weird.
It is.
I think your library's an SCP.
Good lord.
You bring in a Blu-ray film and the walls will start to melt.
You know, I should try that.
Yeah, sneak in there and see if they just like melt like vampires. I haven't really quite figured out the rules for this SCP, but we're investigating.
We're investigating. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, we're investigating. So yeah, that's on the docket, Kevin.
Awesome. Knives Out. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, it's actually a good movie on that list.
There's good movies on the list.
Yeah, there are. There's also bad ones.
Yeah. We have a very specific criteria that we haven't quite nailed down yet, but it's like an ephemeral feeling. We know when we see it.
So, like, next time we do this wheel, you're going to have to replace Knives Out with another movie.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. I wish I could stream the wheel, but last time I tried to stream something on Discord, it crashed everything.
Get a better laptop or something, jeez.
I put a reservation in for a Steam Deck. Calm down.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna get a Steam Deck. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, is that what you've been up to, boy?
To flatten my laundry. That's what they're for, right?
So that's what an Xbox 360 is for.
Wasn't there a guy
my Xbox Red ringed, what a piece of shit. Where'd you have it? Underneath all of my laundry, 2 space heaters, and 65,000 cables of my room, where I never take the 3 out and never let it breathe. Yeah. No, the Xbox was the problem. What a piece of shit. You could see my face right now.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Sometimes I hear stories about how badly things overheated for people, and I'm just wondering, what do you do with this fucking thing?
Or I had a Gen 1 Elite, which was apparently the worst model for red ringing. The bitch never red ringed on me. Why? Because I ventilated that fucker.
Yeah. I mean, like,
One
it did
of my
have
friends had the ultimate solution. He just put his on top of a milk crate and put a little space fan. It put a little fan in it in the milk crate,
that's
and
cool.
then just like had his own like jerry rigged yeah.
I mean, let's not undermine the severity, the technical problem that the red ring was, though. Like, it wasn't like all user error. Like,
no, but
it had like
could definitely be helped along by user error. Yeah.
Shit.
At least Xbox, after a while, was good about replacing them. If you did get a red ring, it's like, oh, sorry, here's a new Xbox. Just send it in. You just got to pay shipping and handling, which is like $40. But $40 for a new Xbox is pretty neat. And the hard drives are replaceable without maintenance. You can just pop them off the side.
I ain't gay, but $40 is $40.
I don't think that was the setup for that joke. I don't think that was the setup for that joke at all, actually.
Zeke, are you there?
I'm not gay, but Desmond is Desmond.
Desmondo. Fuck. Okay. Need to pause, people. Hold up a sec.
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that, peeps. Had a little bit of a
connection
problem.
reestablished.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Your work is appreciated.
Yeah. He's adjusting all the wires. He's crossing all the streams or whatever.
No, you're not supposed to cross the streams.
You're really gonna tell him what to do, Kevin?
Am I?
Don't tell me what to do, Kevin.
Okay, fine. I'm just letting you know that the precautions...
I'll cross the streams when I feel like it.
Okay, just letting you know, the Ghostbusters said that was bad.
I'm a strong independent robot who don't afraid of no ghosts.
Okay, alright.
Mm-hmm.
You do you, Craig, you do you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Zeke.
Kevin, you know what it's time for? You know what it's time for?
What's it time for?
It's time for randomly generated questions. Let's randomly generate some questions.
Yes.
Because
that sounds dangerous.
Yeah. Well,
if you ask me about credit. If one of them is asked me, is Gerard must admit his credit card number? I ain't doing it. I already gave that to my VTuber.
I mean, you're free to. You're free to fucking reject the question. Yeah, it's too personal.
I know. I'm American. I'm free to do whatever I want. But thank you.
Yeah. Well, there may be some caveats to that. But,
if I scream fire in the podcast, is that not a freedom of speech?
You can scream bomb in the podcast. I don't care.
Bomb! All right.
Where?
In Charmander.
Craig, initiate a bomb search.
On it.
Thank you, Craig.
He'll let us know later.
Yeah. Okay. So Craig's going to ask us some randomly generated questions. Craig, rev up the random question generator.
What do you like to do that's considered touristy?
I really like to go and visit restaurants, like local restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of my favorite things to do is to just go out to like local areas, like pubs, bistros and shit, and just kind of see what kind of food that they have, see how good they are, just check the place out, see if it's worth it.
I've never been to a place with food trucks, but if I went to a place with food trucks, I would like to go to the food trucks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, there aren't any food trucks out here, but like I mentioned on Twitter, there are a few nice little local areas in my little slice of town here. So I'll go check those places out sometime.
Yeah.
What do I like to do that's touristy? Well, let me look at my trip to Germany.
You were a literal tourist.
I was a literal tourist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Honestly, is walking around and actually seeing the sights, is that something that tourists do? Because I don't think like. I mean, I took a lot of pictures of random bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean that counts. That counts.
Yeah.
That's something that tourists absolutely do, is just take pictures of literally fucking everything.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever ask where the bathrooms were?
No, because they were always clearly marked.
Oh, well.
And I know what the term water closet means, so all the bathrooms...
Ah, yes, that fake term that was made up to fool me. Yes, I remember.
All of the restrooms over there are labeled WC, and I know what water closet means, so it wasn't hard to find the restrooms. I never had to ask anyone, actually. So yeah, just taking pictures of random bullshit.
Yeah.
Was a thing.
Kevin, I appreciate how many people you've roped into this psyop. Saradin, Kazutaka Kadaka.
The entirety of Germany.
Presumably. Your reach expands farther than... Yeah, your reach expands very far for a guy who can't fucking get real nachos.
My powers are very strange indeed.
Yes. Craig, next question. Randomly generate that shit.
Hey, you didn't answer.
Why haven't you done it yet?
First of all, I answered with the food truck thing.
I have done it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Craig, I don't know what you're talking about, but that seems a little personal.
It's a little invasive, don't you think, Craig?
Yeah. Craig, ask a less invasive question.
In emergency situations, how do you react?
It depends on the emergency situation, but typically I'm pretty calm and I try to assess the situation and just try to figure out the best course of action.
I think so. I don't remember the last time I was in an emergency, honestly.
I mean, always the cool-headed one.
Yeah. Like I do remember the last time I was in an emergency and I was like, all right, let's calm down. Let's think about this rationally. What do we do? How do we take care of shit? Like I was the person trying to keep their head on straight.
Yeah.
I'm usually the cool-headed one that's like, all right, well, here's what you do. And everybody else is like, but and I'm like, okay, just do this, you'll be fine. Take 2, see me in the morning, you'll be fine.
Next one, Craig. Hold on.
What was the unspoken scandal in your town when growing up, if any?
I was.
You all.
No, you think I'm joking, but I actually was.
Ooh.
Okay.
So like when I was born, I was like, my circumstances of my birth put me all over the news.
Oh, like Naruto.
More like Harry Potter.
I see.
And I still to this day don't know what those circumstances were, so I can't fill you in on those details. I just know that every news media outlet in the city was looking for me.
Right.
So literally, my birth certificate was changed so that my birthday was on a different day. And I was kept basically off the papers at the adoption home or whatever. And when my parents adopted me as an infant, they were like terrified for like months that the newspaper people would like be coming to knock on their door and rap on their door. But apparently the switch up in the records helped keep me basically hidden, so that my parents wouldn't be bothered with the scoop of the conditions of my birth.
I have never heard this before. Jesus fucking Christ.
Saradin, are you the protagonist of a YA novel?
I am the protagonist of my own novel.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am my own self-insert fanfiction.
I was gonna say what you've just described sounds a lot like Taylor Lautner's character in that one film where he's like adopted by spies.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what I was told about my birth. I've never been told the circumstances of it, but apparently it was newsworthy.
Yeah. So any roving covens of wizards out there who need to explain a backstory, we got a lost protagonist for you.
Thanks. Anyway, so
Yeah,
I was kind
I-
of scandal.
I can't beat that. I can't beat that.
No, Kevin's it's traumatic, but it's not mysterious in any way.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you've got one of those mundane, boring, depressing backstories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't want to get into.
If you had to wear a hat for...
Oh, Craig died. I couldn't hear
Hold on, he's coming back. Hold on.
Craig, no!
Loading.
Don't leave us, Craig.
Look, he's like a PS3 game. It's full of loading. God damn it! I think he's stuck.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll wait for him to reboot. In the meantime, if you had to wear a hat for the next week, what type of hat would you choose?
Foxy Grandpa.
Your mom. What?
I'm not a hat guy. We've determined this.
Yeah.
If I had to wear a hat for a solid week, that's a good question.
Probably hat. Probably something comfortable and easy to sleep in. Probably that, like, whatever the fuck that hat's that Kyle Broflovsky wears, that thing. The thing with, like, the ear flaps.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, one of those. Those usually fit on my head. Unlike certain other hats.
Yeah, like I said, Foxy Grandpa.
We went over this, Kevin. I bought a hat to wear at OhioCon, and it was too fucking tight.
I remember.
It looked bigger in the picture, and I read reviews that said, "Warning, it looks bigger in the picture," and I'm like, "Oh, they're just exaggerating." And they were not exaggerating.
They were not exaggerating.
Mm-hmm.
They were, in fact, not exaggerating.
They were exaggerating.
I've always been very partial to berets, so I'd probably wear a beret.
Ooh, good call, good call.
Oh, will you do it with the frog legs?
Jesus
I'm not
Christ.
sure if that's racist or not.
Oh, it's Craig who left.
Oh. Oh, no.
Interesting. I thought he left in response to my joke, but no, it was Craig. Is Craig secretly French, even though the voice option is British?
Oh, Baka Tower.
Oh, what a saucy robot, am I right? The next randomly generated question is just, where do you draw the line?
Pegging.
I'm gonna go with self-birth.
Sure, okay, yeah, and I know
I'm traumatized by Gonta Dojins.
Placenta hand job. There's a dojin about that, and I was exposed to it. Thanks, dude.
I
who
know
runs
the
J-List.
I know the
Thanks,
exact.
dude who runs the J-List fucking Twitter page. You wretched monster.
I know the exact fucking manga you're talking about.
Oh, you didn't even think my afterbirth is cute. I'm just vomiting uncontrollably in the back.
Next question. If you could play a prank on any historical figure, who would you pick and what prank would you do?
That just reminds me of how, like, there was I think, like, either an American or a British Air Force officer who actually, like, went to Germany, and just, like, stole a hat off a rack, and they were just like, you need to put that hat back. Why? Why? What's so wrong with it? That belongs to Hitler.
You don't want to fuck with Hitler's ghost, honestly. Although,
I'd steal
taking away Hitler's cyanide tablets would be a fun prank. That's a cool prank.
Take away Hitler's cyanide tablets, replace it with Viagra, see what happens.
Replace it with Molly.
So Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
I would just kidnap him real quick. And then dress him up as a rich white woman from America, and then drop him right back at home.
Oh, that's dark.
And
ooh, that's dark.
So, just dress him up as Hillary Clinton, basically, and then see what happens.
Nice. I get my obvious example, my obvious pick is the fucking, I forget exactly how the mechanics of the situation worked, but whatever indicated to Paul Revere that the British were coming by sea, I would flip that around, like the Futurama joke.
Okay.
Wrong way, Revere. The British are coming by land, but we actually came by sea. It's a fun joke. Might have some serious timeline repercussions, but it'd be funny.
It would be funny.
It would also be hard to sell the fact that the British are coming by land to a coastal town.
Well, they'd never expect it. They'd be like, oh, of course, we'd never expect it.
You're assuming that the Americans didn't think the British were the biggest bunch of gits on planet Earth at the time.
They really trusted Paul Revere. Like, let's not kid ourselves. These questions suck. Hold on. Question: what food combinations do you eat that makes others cringe?
Apparently, toasting my fucking grilled cheese with mayonnaise.
That's
in my fan group yesterday. It said they'd microwave their cereal before putting the milk in, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Bottom Tiger, if you're listening to this, go fuck yourself.
What?
Anyway, I love you, by the way.
Sorry.
Wait. Is he eating frosted mini wheats? Because I can kind of understand in that scenario.
No, I don't know what he's eating.
That's so fucking weird.
If you're eating like a frosty mini wheat, so it would like melt the cream a bit, and so I can kind of get that.
I get it if it's oatmeal too.
That's
cereal, but that's not. I don't think that was what was implied.
Right. True. Well, you can put milk in. Maybe that is what they meant though, because you can put milk in oatmeal.
Yeah, but I didn't get the impression. You would have said oatmeal.
Right.
Most people don't associate oatmeal with standard cereal.
Well, what if they're from one of those cultures that just considers hot cereal just to be cereal?
He's from a culture that's fucking retarded is what he's from. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a weird one. No, I don't have any. I don't think anything I do or eat grosses people out other than like
I put salt on watermelon, which grosses my mom out.
That's not unusual though. That's a pretty normal
That's
thing.
what I tell her.
It's not unusual.
Random question. What photo have you seen recently that spoke... Oh, I thought I said spooked you. Never mind. Spoke to you. That's boring. I guess we can go spooked. What was the last photo that spooked you, Kevin?
That one fucking weird have you seen this person thing? I don't know.
On a similar note, photos of cadavers were there's a point in the decomposition process pretty early on where the eyes dry out and they lose that usual. They lose that usual glisten, and they become kind of like pasty, like a statue. That freaks me out.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking freaky. Yeah.
I don't know what the term is. I have like face phobia. I'm just afraid of faces where they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know
I have a clip of the back rooms to show you later then.
Okay. What is the most amount of money you've ever found? What was the situation?
I found $20 on the ground one time. Like it was literally just a situation where I was walking down the street, just like I think it was on my way to like the library or whatever, and I just found a random $20 bill on the ground, and I'm like, shit, mine. Just run home.
Nice.
It's like, fuck the library. I'm going home.
Nice.
I found a wallet with $180 in it, but I ended up returning it.
Nice.
Yeah, you could have taken at least 50.
You could have committed a little identity theft.
You can have a little identity theft as a treat.
Yeah, just a little tiny bit of identity theft.
It's good, thanks.
I'm told it's very profitable. Random question: what is a restaurant you refuse to eat at, and why?
That's a very KFC, honestly.
And why?
Their chicken sucks. I'm sorry. It's too greasy. It's grimy. It's gristly, and like the actual meat is so dry and lacks moisture. And I'd rather go to there's so many other chicken places I'd rather go to, like Church's, Popeyes, Lee's, anything but KFC.
Even Zaxby's.
Even Zaxby's. Zaxby's has better chicken.
Interesting. There's only one place that I would ever not go to, and I'm not sure if they're even still around anymore, but anybody remember Friendly?
No.
Nobody remembers Friendly's?
Was it a bar?
No, it was it's a American style restaurant. It's like Frisch's. The best thing is I can associate it with Frisch's, but they Frisch's are Bob Evans kind of, but they focus more on dinner food, and they had really good ice cream.
Speaking of Frisch's, I actually have one of those right across the street.
I love Frisch's. Big Boy, for those of you who don't live in the Ohio area, because they're not called Frisch's everywhere. Depends on the franchise.
Yeah.
But Friendly has probably the slowest and worst service of any restaurant I've ever been to.
Are they at least friendly?
Not really. But they're not trained well, and we tried them 3 times back in the mid 2000s, and all 3 times had slow and miserably bad service. And when I say slow service, I mean like we ordered a burger and fries and it took them an hour. And this was 3 times. It's not like we were going during peak dinner either. So just terrible service. I will not go back there ever again. But that's about the only place. I'm not adverse to eating like foods in general. So there's not really a place I'll go because I don't like the food.
I have one. It's one very specific Burger King in the inner city that I was coming home from a college course, and I had a very painful, very hard shit there, and I completely destroyed that toilet, and I couldn't it couldn't fucking solve the issue, as it were. So I just left, and I don't want to show my face there again.
Hey, you're the guy who destroyed the toilet.
They may or may not know me. I kept my hood up. I don't know if that helped.
I mean, it probably helped.
Yeah, so that very specific Burger King I will not return to.
The thing is, back when I lived in like Pensacola, Florida, there was a Burger King that my family would not go to because the one time we went, everybody got fucking food poisoning.
It's from all the foot lettuce.
Number 15.
You can't unfuck the Thanksgiving turkey.
Grab me if you want. Nothing can unfuck the Thanksgiving turkey. Fucking love chills. God.
Oh, we have an email from Sama.
Ah, excellent.
Let's do that now. Podcast question from creator Sama. Sup, fuckers. What is your opinion on Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, and the upcoming Breath of the Wild 2 game? Also, ask Kevin about his childhood movie theater. It'll be good.
No.
Kevin, what's the deal with the childhood movie theater?
No.
Kevin, what's the deal?
No.
Kevin, what's the deal with the
No,
childhood movie
I know what they're talking about.
Kevin,
No.
Kevin, the childhood movie theater.
No.
Kevin. I have nothing to say
It's
about
not
Age of Calamity, Kevin. What's with the movie theater?
It's not an actual movie theater. No.
What do you mean it's not a movie theater?
I was 5 years old. It was a game. No, stop. Summer, no.
What are they talking about, Kevin?
Can we move on, please?
Kevin, Kevin, we barely ever get sent questions. We can't deny them when they ask questions.
Summer, why have you done this to me? This is fun for you. This is torturous for me. Okay, they're not talking about an actual movie theater. They're not talking about an actual movie theater. I have to preface that right now.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so... Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking...
This is... I've got everything recording, we're good.
I'm invested.
When I was like 7, 8 years old or something, I was obsessed with movies and movie theaters and the whole, movie... What?
That's changed?
No, it hasn't changed, no, but like...
Yeah, we knew that about you, yeah.
This is where it began.
Okay.
And like I was like obsessed with like looking up movie reviews and shit like I was the nerdy movie kid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like I would make up games where I would literally just draw a picture on a piece of paper, tape it to the wall, and pretend to watch a movie for like an hour. And I would try to get my siblings to do the same thing with me.
You pretended to watch a movie?
Yes. Look!
Why didn't you just watch a movie?
See, I would, but my dad kept using the fucking TV for History Channel.
So instead, you drew on the wall and I pretended it was a movie?
I drew a picture on a piece of paper and put it on the wall.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
It's like less pathetic.
Only slightly less pathetic. I was a weird fucking kid, okay? Look, sometimes I think there's a reason why I was bullied.
Yeah, I think they had a point.
It's shit like this where I'm like, maybe they had a point. As for Zelda, and Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity, it's
Frame
good,
I guess. Play it.
Yeah, we know that, bitch. Nintendo PC port of Breath of the Wild win.
Literally never.
Yeah,
but Thanks for doing thanks for doing me a solid there, Sama. Fucking love you.
I like Breath of the Wild speedrunning. That's fun. Some very fun speedrun because the systems are so open-ended. There's a lot of wacky shit in Breath of the Wild speedrunning.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with the stasis system.
Watch it at Summer Games Done Quick recently, the Ocarina of Time showcase that they did?
No, I still haven't done that. No.
Okay, so they found the Triforce. They found the Triforce. Spoiler alert. It does exist in game as an object. It is a collectible, and basically the guys used a bunch of arbitrary code execution right at the beginning, using a taskbot to basically unlock and insert into the game a bunch of beta content that's still on the cartridge.
Yeah.
And then they also ran a bunch of arbitrary code execution to insert their own stuff into the game. And it's a progressively more every second that passes, the run gets more progressively amazing. including unlocking the sigils as actual in-game items, which is what they originally decided to be. Like, Din's Fire was originally just supposed to be the fire medallion, as an example. And, like, each medallion had a power. They melted Zora's Domain, found a secret area that you can't get to unless you had the iron boots. But you couldn't get to the main game because Zora's Domain always remains frozen even after you beat the boss in the temple there.
Yeah.
So, but there's a bunch of stuff in the game that was hidden away that they unlocked, and then at the end, they find the Triforce, and then they make a wish on it, and the wish is to see the future, and they literally, on an N64, an unmodified N64, present to you Breath of the Wild Link and Breath of the Wild Zelda, and then a custom credits sequence. It's pretty fucking insane. This is all using arbitrary code execution. None of this is modified.
It's fucking awesome. I loved watching it.
It's really insane. Like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So if you haven't seen that Summer Games Done Quick stream, it is absolutely worth it. It starts with stuff that you're probably familiar with, like the R-Wing test object that's in Ocarina of Time, or some of the other beta content, and then it just goes off the fucking rails by the end of it, and it's just one of the most insane showcases I've ever seen.
Nice.
It was the best thing at AGDQ, or at Summer Games Done Quick this year. It was probably the best thing this year.
Nice. Yeah, I think that'll do it for the first segment.
I think that'll do it for the first segment, yeah.
Stay tuned to the bakagaijinshow.
We'll try to be back after Charmander's done being traumatized.
Yeah, I need to go strangle my sibling. Be right back.
Yeah, trauma break. Hello, welcome back to the bakagaijinshow with those three fucks you know.
Fuck number
You
3
don't know me!
Well, we've just learned we don't know the circumstances of your birth, so...
Neither do I.
True.
It's been a mystery my whole life.
I guess nobody really does if you think about it.
The story of my life is one giant fuck up. I don't need to know about my birth either.
Yeah, unnecessary. Well, it's time for the Reddit dive, people.
Let's get this with.
Let's dive right on in.
We dive into the bullshit on Reddit so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
Doug Walker, don't sue me.
Yeah, we might get in trouble for saying that, but I mean, it's true.
Doug Walker, don't sue me. I love you.
True. Now, this one, I went through the archives and found a large Tifu from 2 years ago, which is one of the most highest upvoted posts on the subreddit, and has literally hundreds of awards. It's a large Tifu. So let's get
fun.
Today I fucked up by owning a golden retriever while being black.
What the oh dear. Okay.
Jesus. Are we the right dudes to comment on that?
The post begins with just sigh. Sigh. Work was rough today, and all I wanted to do after was sit on the couch and let the TV watch me while eating food not cooked by my own hands. The answer to that? Delivery. Food ordered. I let the dog into the yard to burn some energy and camped inside with him while waiting for the delivery. DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, and everyone else other than Jehovah's Witnesses has trouble locating my address, strictly relying on GPS, so it's nothing for me to post up and wait outside for when they're close, flag them down, and go back inside for a contactless drop-off. Pertinent details before shit hit the fan. My neighbors and I share a fence of the doggy door as our pups are super close, and you can bet each time that if my dog is outside, hers will follow for cross-yard playtime. This was the case today. And probably bad judgment on my part to think that I would be able to break up the fun quickly. Both dogs were in the neighbor's yard at the same time, and the notification came through that the driver was pulling up, and I had to call out a few times to get my dog's attention. The neighbor thankfully whistled for her dog and had to put on the voice for mine to acknowledge that I existed, and then took off running for my door while waving to the driver, who by this point was getting out of the car. The pup and I have a game called Runaway, where I will take off yelling runaway, and literally he will chase after me like some human-sized fetch stick. I used this to my advantage until he realized that I was putting him inside, but managed to get him through the storm door and close the screen before he could run out. Then realized that I'd left the gate locked like an idiot with the driver standing right outside by this point. I didn't have a mask on at this point, and neither did she, so I yelled from my porch that she could leave the food by the mailbox, and this is where the fun started. Is that your dog? My bullshit meter didn't go off here. I thought she was asking a question with an obvious answer because, duh, she was a dog person, so I engaged with dog owner gushiness. Yes, blah blah blah. His name is XYZ. Want to say hi? I'll be nice because you brought my food. But she just stood there awkwardly for a moment, put the food down, quickly jumped back into her car. In my mind, I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. Snatched the food, went back inside, went to wash my hands from the kitchen window. I can see the full street where she is still parked outside, thinking, okay, weird, again. Didn't dwell on it too much, figuring that she was just looking at the route for her next destination. I went about my business of preparing to destroy my meal. A few minutes later, the dog begins barking manically at the door. I take a glance at the cameras and realize that she's still out front, parked directly in front of my mailbox. Okay, what is going on here? I go outside and try to get her attention, but she's on the phone and doesn't notice me. I walk up like I'm going to check the mail, and she does pull off, but towards the back of the neighborhood that only has one way in and one way out. A lot of people make that mistake, so you'll quickly see cars turning back around, but she never came back. By this time, I think I'm losing my mind, so I go back in, still watching the street for the car to pass, but it never does. I don't know. People are weird, so I just left it at that and went back to eat. About 10 minutes later, the dog starts going ham at the door, so I check the cameras to see 2 police cars sitting outside my house. I continue to watch the cameras, realizing that, yeah, the cops are getting out of the car and walking back and forth in front of mine in the neighbors' yards. I go out to see if anything's wrong, and they introduce themselves before saying that they were called because a stolen golden retriever was reported at my address, and if there was a dog in my home.
Oh, no.
It clicked here that the driver had called the police and then explained my version of what happened. They were really respectful and apologetic, but asked if I could get Sir Pup. I went ahead and opened the door for the dog, who took off, ready to greet the new faces outside. His collar has tags matching the address with my name and phone number on it in case he was ever lost or stolen, which was proof enough for them. It was obvious that they wanted to get this over with as fast as possible. No hard feelings on either side. We were all walking away when the driver's car slowly comes creeping back from the neighborhood. I yelled out to them that the lady was right there, and they positioned themselves in front of her car in a way that she would have to stop and speak to them. I don't know if this lady was drunk or high off her meds, but she rolled down the window and was literally sobbing hysterically that she saw me take the dog from the neighbor's yard, that animals get no justice, and the icing on the cake, quote, my kind only owns pit bulls and Rottweilers.
Oh, racist bitch!
There was from the entirety of the white race. I apologize for this woman.
That there was no way. She kept screaming that there was no way he was mine and needed to be protected. I honestly didn't want to deal with that mess, so sorry guys, this is not a tale of revenge. I went back inside and stayed the fuck on my couch. My day was already shitty. Everyone left a few minutes after that, so I assumed she got a warning. However, I did report the incident to the delivery service and was offered credits towards my next meal. I splurged that on a bakery and am now currently fucking up a slice of carrot cake, grateful it didn't end up worse.
Oh my god, that was so fucking racist!
Fuck this bitch, is all I have to say about that.
White women, am I right?
I can't get over that she was crying from just sheer racism.
What are you trying to say?
His kinds of people only have pit bulls and Rottweilers.
That has light colored skin. Anyway,
like, not only is she being racist, but she's weirdly now being dog racist as well.
She is, oddly, like, wow.
Those are your kind only own the lesser breeds.
It's
you know.
Lady.
I'm just imagining this lady fucking fucking crying, bawling her eyes out in her car like the fucking leave Britney alone lady. You know? Like, these should be protected.
This is so bad. Oh my god. She called the
This
police!
is shocking. This is the kind of stuff you hear about, but like you don't believe is real. The kind of dark storytelling that, like, you know, they tell to scare kids before they go to sleep. Like, careful of Karen, they fucking get you. But like, this is like, Karens really exist, folks. It's not just a fucking meme.
These people are real, and they will fuck you up.
And they're dangerous, and they're really, really stupid.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you spend your fucking high school years on the cheerleading team with your knees behind your fucking ankles.
It's just kind of, it says a lot. This says a lot about our society that this guy made a large fuck up post about being black.
I think it's total satire. I think he's just laughing his ass off at the whole situation, and he should be. Because oh my god, what an absurd situation, dude. I am so sorry.
Yep. Kevin, here's a medium Tifu for you.
Oh, fun.
This one also has a shitload of awards, but not nearly as much.
Today I fucked up by giving my son permission to beat his bully's ass. My son was born with a condition called pectus excavatum. In layman's terms, his chest
is that a Harry? That sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Pectus excavatum.
I'm gonna leave this fucking podcast if you don't stop.
God.
In layman's terms, his chest is sunken in. His condition was so bad that he only had 2.5 inches between his sternum and his spine, and his heart and lungs were bruised because of it. In December,
looks like the dogs from Dark Souls. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I muted that, so like it didn't show up on podcast.
Okay.
In December, he had surgery to correct it, and they put 2 nickel bars at his chest to give it space and train his bones to grow correctly. About 3 weeks after his surgery, a kid punched him and dislodged the top bar, and he had to have another surgery to put the bar back in place. The kid has been through a lot. Well, the doctor cleared him for most activity last week, just no skateboarding or bike riding, but he could now lift his backpack and go hang out with friends and play pickup, not contact sports. Unbeknownst to me, a kid in his class had been bullying him all semester, and because my son was afraid of getting hit again, he just took it. Well, the evening he was cleared, he came to me and said, "Dad, I'm cleared now. A kid has been bullying me and hitting me for months. Can I kick his ass?" Well, my son isn't really a fighter. He fought with his brothers, but never anyone else, and he's always gotten his ass kicked. So I just figured he was So I figured he was just talking. But this is the first time I had heard about the bullying, and I was concerned. I could tell he was distressed about the situation, so I told him to knock the fucker out. He nodded and went to his room. Now, his older brother is a tough son of a bitch. He had a traumatic brain injury 2 years ago, and he missed a year of school, so he's taking the same grade and coincidentally takes the same class. I talked to him about it and told him to handle it, but don't get in trouble. He told me that the kid walks in every day and punches my son in the head. I asked him why he allowed that to happen, and he said he wanted his brother to get tough, and once he was tired of getting hit, he would do something about it. While I kinda agreed with his thinking, I instructed him to handle it without getting in trouble. The next morning I took both of them to school, then drove back home to get my younger daughter, who goes to a different school that starts later. On the way to take her to school, my wife calls me, "Have you taken blank to school yet?" "Well, after you go pick up your son. He got into a fight." I just assumed it was my oldest son. Imagine my surprise when I walked into the school office to see my younger son with a grin from ear to ear. He was beaming. He pointed to another kid sitting in a chair holding an ice pack on his face. I warned him. I was so proud. He had walked into class, sat down, and the kid popped him in the head like always. My older son got up to intervene, and before he could, my son decked the kid with one punch. He said the kid was bawling on the floor, and that was the best day of his life. He got suspended for 3 days. TLDR, I gave my son permission to beat up his bully because I didn't think he would, and he did it. Edit 1. The kid who punched my son in the chest was one of his friends. It wasn't malicious, just 2 boys clowning around. He was horrified that he had hurt my son. The bully punched my son in the head every day. Once he found out my son couldn't do anything about it, he just kept on. My son wasn't the only one he bullied either. Also, the bully's brother came to my son later and told him that he had warned him once my son could fight that he was going to get his ass kicked. Edit 2. My son has some social anxiety and since the fight has made a lot of new friends. He used to hate going to school, but now he's disappointed the school is out for the summer. Crazy!
Violence works!
This isn't a Tifu at all. This is fucking great.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
I never condone the bullied to respond with violence to bullies, and here's why. Bullies generally don't exist in a vacuum. They have friends. They have older brothers. They are used to violence. You are not. They are used to using violence. You are not. So unless you are a prize fighter who can fight multiple people, I'd never recommend that a parent recommends to their child that they punch a bully in the face. Because the bully shows up the next day with his 3 friends and breaks your child's rib. The bully shows up with his big brother and breaks your child's nose. Your bully shows up with a knife and your child dies. Bullies live off of superiority, and when you escalate things, a lot of times what happens is the bully will escalate back. And so I never recommend that these things happen, because the risk to you as a person who is not used to violence is much greater than the person who you just conked over the head. That being said, I'm glad this one worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, total fucking reversal here.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like that. I mean, it doesn't always work out that way, but
no, it doesn't, and that's why I never recommend that. That's the situation.
Yeah.
I think that
very, very the solutions to bullying are very contextual. All right. Another medium Tifu with a shitload of awards. I will read. Today I fucked up by pretending to be deaf for the entire quarantine.
Oh no.
So, 3 months ago, or whenever it was that the quarantine started, this post is like 2 years old, I started an online course for a few subjects. To provide some background, these aren't my school classes or anything, and I've never met these people before. There's maybe 10 other kids in class, and the teacher's actually pretty great. So the first 2 days go pretty well, but on the third day I fuck up big time. We were in between a physics class that had already been going on for an hour, and I'd completely gotten distracted halfway through. I have an incredibly low attention span. This was already too much for me. When the teacher called my name to answer his question, I had no idea what he'd been talking about, so I tried to Google it. However, I have shitty internet. So it took a really long time to load, and the teacher was getting pissed as to why I wasn't responding and why I was typing. So completely freaking out, I decided to text him on the Google Meet chat and make an excuse that my laptop's audio and microphone were not working today, and I've been reading the subtitles, which takes quite some time to load, so I hadn't gotten his question. In my immense panic, I phrased this somewhat vaguely and said, I can't actually hear, I've been reading the subtitles that take quite some time to load, to which the instructor said, oh, I'm so sorry, I was not aware you are deaf. In my intense panic and anxiety, I just went along with it, dumb as fuck. And this actually worked out fine. I type out all the answers sent to me, and I even brought a hearing aid. I even bought a hearing aid that I sometimes wore in class. Now, I say sometimes because I don't actually have the focus and commitment to remember to put it on every class. When asked about it, I told the people in class that even with the hearing aid, I can't hear much, so I don't usually bother wearing it. They bought this. Everyone in class likes me a lot now, too, and they find me very endearing. There's this girl, Carla, who says that I have the most beautiful smile she's ever seen. This was actually going really well for me. But like most of my antics, this backfired on me big time. When I made this godforsaken decision all that time ago, I was sure I'd get away with it. We were never going to meet IRL. But about a week ago, the instructor decided to meet IRL as the lockdown in my country had lifted. I spent all night watching videos of deaf people and trying to figure out how to behave. Bruh!
Oh my
He's doing
God.
research! I decided to pretend to also be completely dumb so I wouldn't have to try to speak like them. It seemed very difficult, didn't want to bother. So anyway, we meet up and everything goes well. No one uncovers my secret or anything. I spend the entire IRL meet with Carla, who's completely fucking stunning in real life. She's smart, she's funny, she's kind. We keep handing each other notes on tissue paper, and it's the cutest shit ever. I haven't ever been this attracted to anyone in my entire life. Towards the end of the meet, however, Carla hands me a tissue paper with one little heartbreaking sentence on it. Will you date me? Fuck.
Oh.
It just says fuck. Panicking, I tell her I need some time to think, and she's chill with it. I'm supposed to be meeting up with her tomorrow. I can't pretend to be deaf and dumb while dating her. It's fucking impossible. But if I have to keep this charade up, I'll have to let her go, and I don't want to do that either. There's also the other option where I tell her that it was all an act. Best case scenario is the extreme embarrassment plus amazing girlfriend, and the worst case scenario is that she thinks I'm an asshole and I lose her anyway. TLDR, I pretended to be deaf because I wasn't paying attention in class, and now I might be missing out on an amazing girlfriend.
That's a fucking massive Tifu. Like you say, that's big, dude. That's a big fuck up.
Well, the story's not over yet, Kevin.
Okay, all right.
Edit. She just texted me what time to pick her up. The date is actually tonight, not tomorrow, so I have way less time to make this decision than I expected. I'm like a disaster that keeps on happening. Anyway, you should have an update in about 6 or 7 hours, which is when I'll meet her. Update. So, this is the update you've all been waiting for. I just got back from my date with Carla. So, basically, I prepared really hard for the date, Googled what the appropriate flowers for apologizing for your lies are, and got her white orchids. I then put on my best clothes and set out. She'd come to the date with a cute little notepad and 2 pencils for us to write notes in, which melted me instantly, but I was so anxious and nervous that at first I couldn't bring myself to tell her, but as we sat waiting for our order to arrive, I just kind of snapped because of guilt and scribbled down onto the notebook, "Hey, there's no easy way to break this, but I'm not actually deaf or dumb." To which she replied with, "I know you're not deaf, but you are pretty dumb." At which point I just said, "What the fuck?" out loud. And then she laughed and explained that she thought I was so cute that she Googled me a long time ago and found my Instagram, which has highlighted stories from concerts where I'm screaming and vibing. So she only asked me to figure out for how long I'd keep it going. She was basically playing me the entire time. I was feeling pretty bummed that she only wanted to date me for that, but nevertheless I apologized profusely and showed her the Reddit post to explain myself. Best move ever! Thanks everyone in the comments who asked me to do that. She found the post funny and cute and, quote, adorkable. Is she a troper? Is this a troper? I told her that I totally understand if she wants to end the date now, but she didn't. We had a great time, and aren't officially dating or anything, but we did set up a second date for next Wednesday. She also told me that while she understands why I did what I did, and that anxiety, especially social anxiety, is so hard to deal with, but she also believes I was a little offensive, especially with the hearing aid. She explained to me that why that was so insensitive, and I'd like to apologize for anyone I might have offended here. Wasn't really my intention. Also, for our second date, we're planning to volunteer at a center for deaf children, so I can redeem myself. Thank you, Reddit. You might have just gotten me a girlfriend.
Holy shit. Okay, can we talk about the fact that this girl played like fucking 4D chess with this dude?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I know you're not deaf, but you are pretty tough.
This was a fucking Lifetime movie.
Oh my god, that's so fucking... Shit. That went better than it ever should have. Like, good fucking god.
I concur. Lucky bastard.
This man stumbled onto like a fucking saint of a woman. Goddamn. The patience you have to go through so that you don't call this dude out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's just such a great story. I love... Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, somehow, Kevin, I don't know how these things happen, but we have a theme tonight because this happened twice.
Oh no.
Here's a medium Tifu for you.
Today I fucked up by getting out of helping a customer by pretending to be deaf. Oh, lovely. Medium Tifu, medium Tifu. Sorry for the long read. This happened quite a long time ago, before Reddit even existed, and it truly still haunts me to this day. Unfortunately, my closest friends and family know about this story and regularly rip me out about it, and rightly so. To set the scene, I was in my early 20s, just taking a job at a large shoe store in my city and really hated the job from the get-go. The pay was crap and the hours were long, but a job's a job. I really should have known from the beginning not to have not taken the position.
That's the American mantra. My job is shit and I hate every second of it, but a job is a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I needed the money. I'd been there for almost a year and we had a few quirky regulars often. One I managed to avoid that long was a 60-plus-year-old woman that would come in at least 3 to 4 times a week, trying on multiple pairs of shoes and never buying a thing. Not an issue normally, but I swear this lady had a fetish with people putting her shoes on her feet for her and generally just touching them. No one wanted to help her. Her feet were pungent and always sweaty. So this day in particular, I was working in the women's department and spied her coming through the door. Side note, the store was huge, warehouse style, with multiple shelves of shoes to hide behind, which is exactly what I was doing. She made her way into the area and grabbed a few boxes of shoes and started to make a beeline in my direction for assistance. There was no blending in, we had a uniform. I really wasn't in the mood for this cat and mouse crap, so I decided then and there to make a run, fast-paced walk for it. Thinking she'd give up and find one of the other staff members. I was starting to chuckle to myself. That'll teach her. She was giving chase and That'll teach me. She was giving chase and gaining on me, all the while yelling out, "Excuse me! Excuse me!"
Horror film.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell possessed me, but I refused to let this woman beat me, and I kept on with my Olympic race walking, grabbing boxes as I went, like I was busy working. After a couple of minutes, I'd lost her and was feeling quite proud of myself, albeit quite out of breath, and holding a bunch of stock I didn't need. I'd made it. I'd avoided helping the foot fetish fiend. Unfortunately, this woman had other plans and came out of nowhere, smack bang in front of me, rightly confronted me about running away and how I hadn't answered her multiple requests for help. At this point, any normal person would have conceded defeat. Oh no, not me. What did I do? This is where I know I fucked up. I don't know what came over me, but I proceeded to speak to this woman like I was full-blown deaf. Not only did I have flailing arms going, making God knows what in sign language, but I even spoke like a deaf person. I don't have a hearing problem, and I certainly don't know sign language. This is the most definitely not planned, but I was fully committed to this shit show now. There was no turning back. This poor woman had about as much of an idea of what the hell was going on in front of her as I did. She was profusely apologizing for calling out as many times as she had, not realizing I couldn't hear her, and she told me not to worry, she'd find one of the other girls for help. I had achieved my goal of avoiding having to touch her manky toes, but I still can't believe I'd done that. I can confidently assure everyone I have never done anything like that again. Sorry if I offended anyone in the deaf community. Needless to say, I didn't last much longer at that company, and I never worked in retail again. TLDR, today I fucked up. I didn't want to help a retail customer, so after her chasing me for a good few minutes around the store, I faked being deaf.
To be fair, I'm not worried about offending anyone in the deaf community, because as we previously found out on an old episode, the deaf community is a fucking cult, and they're weird.
They can be.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like those deaf like neighborhood communes, where like they literally like abuse their hearing children for not being like them. It's the weirdest cult shit.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe I have a children who is of the hearing community. How dare they? Like, fucking what the fuck?
There's a weird like cultish deaf community that like wants people that think they're superior and want everyone to be like them. It's very strange.
It's so fucking bizarre.
Anyway, so yeah, don't feel bad. You got out of rubbing foot fetish lady. You know, we all would have done the same thing in your situation.
I'm too nice for that, but okay.
Yep. Well, okay, most of us would have done that. Kevin, you would have done that, right? You would have done that.
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh, okay. Well, this podcast is not indicative of a consensus. So.
No, it is not.
All right. I will read this post from our Tales from Cave support.
Cave?
Tales from everyday Cro-Magnons about their struggles with those who are, quote, evolved. I will read this.
What?
We had to translate this one, but I'll read it as accurately as I can. Thog have question. Me Thog. Thog live in cave with tribe. Thog go hunting, find other tribe. Other tribe live in funny pile of grass. Thog go see tribe, ask why live in pile of grass. Other tribe tell Thog, not pile of grass, is hut. Thog look inside, hut like cave, but made of grass. Thog see hut makers that have such good things. Many spears, offer to trade. Hut makers laugh, say Thog spears not as good as hut maker spears. Thog offer knife. Hut makers say Thog knife not good as their knife. Laugh at Thog, call Thog stupid. Thog get mad, hit hut maker with stick, run away. On way home, Thog get idea. Thog show hut maker who's stupid. Thog get back to cave, find friend Ugg. Tell Ugg what happened, say have idea. Get hide, lay on ground. Thog and Ugg make butt mud on hide. Make butt mug for 1 and 1 days, until Big Chief get mad, say hide smell like butt mug. Get Thug and Og to get rid of it. When dark, Thug and Og take hide, roll up with butt mud inside, go to Hutmaker place. Hutmakers only have small water hole, not river like Thog tribe. Thog and Og throw butt mug hide in water hole, run back to cave. Next day, Thog go hunting near huts, see Hutmakers drinking water from hole. Thog laugh, Hutmakers drink butt mud water. Thog come back every day, laugh some more. After 1 and 1 days, Thog not see many hut makers. Very little smoke from cook fires. Thog come back next day. No smoke. No hut makers. Thog go inside huts. Big mess. Butt mug and upchuck everywhere. Huts smell worse than butt mud hide. All hut makers lying on ground covered in upchuck, butt mud. Thog hit hut maker with stick on club. Take some hut maker stuff that no have, butt mud or upchuck on it. Go home to cave. Thog do this 3 times. Run out of clean stuff to bring home. Thog set huts on fire, go home. Tell tribe not drink hutmaker raw water hole. Make them sick and die. Anyway, Thog question next day. Thog see big hairy spider in cave when Thog wake up. What do?
What the factual fuck did I just hear?
Thog got revenge.
I am extremely confused and highly concerned.
Thog revenge story. I fucking love it.
Tales from Cave Support is a parody of like Tales from Retail or Tales from Tech Support. But it's all done in the style of caveman stories.
Anyway, Thog find big hairy spider in cave. What do? I love that the end is just totally fucking divorced from everything else.
Top comment, throw big spider in fire, eat when hair go away, or hit with big rock. Thog think no eat spider good idea. Thog hit with big rock.
Thog hit with big rock.
I just thought that was silly.
I should look at this subreddit because it sounds fucking hilarious.
Kevin, we've gone a surprisingly long time without an Aita. We gotta correct this.
We gotta make it right. We gotta have our Aitas, man.
Here's one for you.
Ooh, excellent. Am I the asshole for not letting my best clarinet player march, which caused him to quit band in retaliation and left us in shambles?
Ooh, band drama. I don't think we've ever had band drama before.
More band humor. I'm a band director for the local high school band. My best clarinet player has gotten surgery on his spine in 2021.
Sure, that's not today I fucked up. Anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. My best clarinet player has gotten surgery on his spine in 2021. He has scoliosis, and so didn't get to march that year by orders of his doctor. He understood that well, and instead he played keyboard in the front ensemble, although in reality it was really the back ensemble because it was the back of the field. So this year his doctor says he could march again. However, a show this year is going to have a lot of visual, which I think could be difficult on his body, and his doctor had no idea of that when factoring in his judgment on the matter. He came by my office the day of kickoff weekend, a weekend in the first week of May where we teach freshmen how to march and review all the marching fundamentals, and told me his doctor said he could march. He asked me whether he needed to stay at the high school for his kickoff, where the horn line was, or to go to the middle school where the color guard and percussion were, and that he would prefer to march again this year. I told him I'd email him later, and he responded with a thumbs up and went to lunch. I emailed him later that he was going to be in the front ensemble again because I didn't want him to hurt his back or anything with the hard visuals. I wanted to keep him healthy. He was upset. I learned from a fellow clarinet that he had also intended to try out for the clarinet solo in the second movement of the show. Later that day, I asked the percussion director if he was at the middle school, and apparently he wasn't. So we started band camp next week, and I have been informed that the other clarinets that he quit in I've been informed by the other clarinets that he quit in retaliation for me not letting him march. Now we just lost our best clarinet player, and not only that, but the other two synth players quit too because they had become close with him over the past year and they decided to join him in quitting. I've been at a loss for words as this is his last year. The assistant band directors are conflicted on the whole thing. We have no synth players, and none of the other percussionists are able to do the sound effects in the show as they are already playing instruments. Am I the asshole for not letting him march to protect his back, which caused him to quit in retaliation?
I mean, clearly the band director knows more about anatomy than the doctor, right?
Yeah, Shall I read top comments?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yes, you're the asshole. The people in the best position to assess the state of his spine are his parents and the doctor. If they are not putting up red flags, why should you?
Yeah. There's the next comment after that. It's good too.
Oh, like the direct reply?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bite. I still think you're the asshole, but I can also totally see how an activity director with a bunch of kids, yes, high schoolers or kids, might still be a little worried in this situation. It's not necessarily that they think they know more than the doctor, it's that they're aware of the specifics and are nervous that something might have gotten overlooked. They're concerned about losing their job, liability, etc. I get it. I think it's intellectually dishonest not to understand that. So, here's the obvious compromise. Well, it seems like you're probably good to go, but just for everyone's peace of mind, can you submit this list of particulars to your doctor? I'll fast-track you back on board as soon as he says yes. It should literally take one 5-minute phone call and everyone rests easy.
Yeah, and there was an edit on the post, so...
Yeah, the edit said, I just got off the phone with his parents about the matter, and they are explaining to his doctor about the visuals should he choose to return.
Yeah, but I think for not trying to seek some kind of compromise, he is the asshole, yeah.
I agree. Like, he made a decision that was a little bit out of his range of expertise, I think. And
yes, incredibly.
And the student in question is understandably very upset, and I don't blame the student at all for quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I only blame the student for not trying to reason with him first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also kind of a... Yeah, you can say that, but it really is mostly on the teacher for not doing more to try and, ensure that his student is actually, healthy and ready to do this, rather than just...
I would just say, anticipate the fact that teenagers are petty as fuck sometimes, and if you're not careful, you will lose them over nothing.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be my thing. It's like, as the adult, you should understand that teenagers are petty as fuck sometimes, and you need to be careful about how you proceed with situations like this.
Still, the asshole.
Yeah.
Now I will read a tale of pro-revenge. Don't mess with an engineer.
Correct.
Yep. I worked for a company that provides specialized equipment used in manufacturing. To protect my anonymity, I'll have to be vague about what exactly this machine does. During my time working in this field, I got to know many clients who would need these machines installed and serviced. One of these customers we will call Jake. I later left the company for a different job, but Jake apparently kept my number. One afternoon, I get a call from Jake that they wanted a new unit installed, and another unit needed maintenance, and I wanted to know if I was available. I let him know that I left that company, but that I could pass on to him someone who could help. He tells me he'll pay twice my current rate to install the unit over the weekend. He lets me know that the company has increased the rates for installation and the company just can't afford it. The instructions they sent over just aren't clear enough, and their engineers are scratching their heads trying to figure it out. He begs me to consider it, and I agree. For more context, installing this unit can take a good few hours, up to a day on your own. The company gives you two options. You can either pay for an engineer to come and install it, or you can save money and they'll send instructions so the customer's own engineers can install it. The instructions are not easy to follow, and it's company policy that if someone has started to install the equipment, the supplier will not get involved since they could not verify that any of the pieces were broken. This will be important later. I drive down on the weekend and they show me the boxes of equipment. I set to work and make good progress installing the unit. At around 6 hours in, and I'm stopped by Jake, who greets me. I let him know that I'm nearly finished, but he tells me, sorry, they just don't have the budget to pay you. He understands my frustration, but his engineers can take it from here. To say I was frustrated was an understatement. I wanted revenge. So, there's a small button inside the unit that changes the unit into test mode. This is done to perform maintenance on the unit, but it's impossible to configure the unit with this button pressed. It's only possible to reach this button using a pin, so it's not easily pressed during installation. Because of this, the installation instructions don't mention it. There's no real way of telling the equipment is in test mode, or if it's just not working normally. I think you can guess where this is going. So I click the button, collect my things, and leave. Monday morning, I get a call from Jake. I declined. I knew my old company wouldn't get involved since I already started installing the unit. I knew his engineers would never figure it out. I just had to let them stew. A few days later, with many missed calls, I finally picked up. Jake is furious. He asks me where the hell I've been, and why haven't I been picking up the phone. He tells me they can't figure out how to configure the machine and need my help. I tell him, well, why is this my problem? You won't pay me. He told me he was sorry and they'd work something out if I could get there as soon as possible. I told him, oh, no. You're going to pay me 7,000 euros up front before I do anything. I had never felt this powerful in my life before.
Yes, leverage!
He screamed at me for a bit and hung up. But then he called back a day later after saying he's very sorry for how he acted and said that if I would come fix it, he would pay me in a totally defeated tone. He tried to fight it, saying he'll pay when I was done, but I was having none of it. After a bit of back and forth, he agrees to pay me. The money hit my account. I came in the next day. The look of confusion over his face when I took out a pin and changed the unit from test mode was priceless. Even more priceless being his reaction to me packing up my tools and leaving after only 20 minutes of configuring. Easiest $7,000 I've ever made. Don't try to mess with a professional problem solver.
Because I can create them too, bitch.
Yeah. That's
good.
Oh,
that's gorgeous. That is just lovely.
Well played. Well played. Well played. Let's see.
See, this is the kind of like shit I love in pro revenge, where it's just like, it's like you make it seem like a much bigger issue than it is. You fucking extort whoever it is who's been fucking with you for money, and then you just come in, take care of the issue, and leave immediately.
Yeah, pretty good.
I love it.
Yep. Read this one, Kevin.
The first mistake. One of my favorite quotes is the first mistake every bureaucrat makes is thinking he knows more than his engineers.
Yeah. True facts.
Am I the asshole for defending my dad's girlfriend for wearing a bikini to my fiance's bridal shower? My dad has been dating Tiffany for a year and a half. She is honestly really annoying. I'm not going to lie. I recently got engaged to my girlfriend of 3 years, Melissa, and we are currently wedding planning. Her mom and M-O-H? Mother of...
My mom and M-O-H. M-O-H.
Mother of husband, maybe?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Recently threw her a bridal shower. As at Olive Branch, Tiffany and my mom were invited. For some background, Melissa does struggle with insecurities and self-esteem. She is also very, very into things being picture perfect, which sometimes results in anxiety. She also hates how the women in my family dress. She totally gets it isn't her business, and she would never say anything, but she has confided to me that she hates it. For the bridal shower, most of the women wore sundresses. Tiffany wore something which looked to me like a roughly cropped top and a matching skirt. I thought it looked fine. She did mention she was leaving early because she had plans. During the shower, Melissa realized that what Tiffany was wearing...
I looked a maid of honor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
During the shower, Melissa realized that what Tiffany was wearing was actually a bikini because the skirt was pretty see-through and she could make out the bottoms. She asked her but tried to laugh it off, and Tiffany admitted it was a bikini because she was going out on my dad's boat after I wouldn't have time to change. My future mother-in-law asked Tiffany if she found it a bit weird. Tiffany said no, she thought it passed as a crop top. Melissa and her bridesmaid went off and talked about it, and Melissa decided that she was offended, but declined her mother's offer to kick Tiffany out. When Tiffany was leaving, she said goodbye, and my fiancé said, "I hope you had fun and hope you found the attention you were looking for." I heard this through my mom, sister, and then Melissa. At this point, I was sick of hearing about it, and I was annoyed because my mom was trying to make it into a much bigger issue and act like I shouldn't marry Melissa over it, which I promptly shut down. By the time I talked to Melissa, she was heated and called Tiffany an attention whore and a show-off. She asked if my mom had said anything because I guess my mom was rolling her eyes at her at the shower. I told her I talked to my mom and told her to shut up. Melissa then asked me if I hated Tiffany. I said that I don't hate her, and then I said to be honest I think her outfit was fine. It just looked like a crop top, and if that ruined the day for Melissa, that is something Melissa needs to work on. That upset Melissa, and she feels that I was brushing her feelings aside. She said I should talk to my dad, and I told her I wasn't going to, and that this is embarrassing. She stormed off and is now refusing to talk about it.
Are they the asshole for defending their dad's girlfriend? Is the question of the day. Kevin, what does Reddit think?
Well, top comment says, "You're the asshole. Your dad's girlfriend wore a bikini to a bridal shower. It doesn't matter how liberal your views are, unless the host has specified it's okay, it's not okay. Double you're the asshole if Tiffany knew your fiancé wouldn't like it and did it anyway." I mean,
I didn't get the sense there was anything malicious about it.
Yeah, it's just she flat out said that, like, you know, she's going somewhere else later and she wouldn't have time to change. So, like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly of the opinion that bridal showers are a fucking waste of time and money anyway. So,
yeah,
like, I'm not the person.
This is just a whole bunch of shit I can't care less about. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, not the asshole.
Yeah, sure. I just don't care.
Yeah, because you have to understand how my mind is working here. Because bridal shower equals stupid, bikini equal good, therefore not the asshole.
I don't know. You agreed to show up to an event that was run by somebody else with an expected dress code, and you didn't show up in that dress code, and you probably should have considered other people's feelings first.
Yeah, maybe she's a bit inconsiderate. It also felt like because the mother-in-law made it about this guy's marriage to someone else, it feels like there's a lot more going on here than just that.
Yeah, a little bit. You know what?
Info. And you dress in the most obnoxiously self-indulgent thing you possibly could have, as opposed to, you know, reading the room and following the. I'm a very collectivist person, so I see this person as like, you know, I don't think it was appropriate for her to do that.
Probably not. But here's my counter argument. I don't care.
Fair. Neither do I.
Yeah. So I'm going to say not the asshole out of pure spite, because the other people in the situation sound like bigger jerks to me somehow. It feels like everyone else has hang-ups except the woman wearing the bikini.
Yeah, this whole thing just seemed like fucking ridiculous to me.
Yeah, she was probably inconsiderate, but just reading this post, she also seems like the least aggravating person in the room somehow. This is a weird situation. That's my vote, not the asshole. You read that one, right? So, okay. So
yes, I did.
Yeah, so I need one. Oh, ooh, this one. I can't resist the allure of like 48 awards. Hold on. Yes, new tab. 1 sec. I gotta tell. They just DM me. I gotta tell Ray Kuko something.
Gotta talk to your artiste.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time.
1 second. I'll be real quick.
I'm looking on like the front page of Google, and it says GeForce RTX 3090 Ti purchased on Amazon. Owner gets sand instead.
All right. Oh, nice. Or bad. I don't know. Or I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Sorry that happened.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. All right. Oh, fuck. I was not actually expecting phlegm to come out that time.
Phlegm.
That was surprise phlegm. The best, worst kind? Worst kind.
Worst kind.
Yeah. Medium Tifu time. Today I fucked up by letting a delirious woman into my house thinking she had heat stroke. Turns out she was a mental patient from the hospital who proceeded to sit on my sofa and masturbate.
Oh my.
This happened This happened yesterday in the UK. Okay, gotta get the accent ready. This happened yesterday in the UK. British alert! British alert! We got a British alert! This happened yesterday in the UK while we're going through the hottest heat wave on record. It's 4 p.m. I'm minding my own business in the back garden, tidying my shed, when I hear somebody trying to get in my back gate. I peek through the gap, see an elderly woman looking very hot and distressed. She noticed me, starts shouting, please help me, can't open the gate. I tell her to go to the front door. I ran through the house and told her to come in, take a seat while I get her a glass of water. She's mumbling gibberish and rocking back and forth, tells me she's lost. I suspect she had a heat stroke and was suffering from delirium and exhaustion. Poor woman, thank God I saved her. I pop upstairs to get a damp towel and the fan. When I return, I find the woman sitting on my sofa, smoking a cigarette and masturbating. Great. You can't do that, I yell in bemusement as she carries on, telling me how nice it feels. Can you lick my clitoris, she asks, to which I said, no way, she needs to leave. Do you have a dog? I see my chance to get her out of the house. Yes, I have a dog, come with me. I manage to get her up and out into the garden. And she collapses onto the floor, making gaggling noises, telling me she's going to die, still with her hand between her legs. It's 40 degrees out, I'm assuming Celsius. And I find myself struggling to be fair, so I know she'll be in trouble if I don't get her out of the heat. I call 999, I'm assuming that's their version of 911.
That is, yes.
They take 5 minutes to answer, and eventually they tell me there are no ambulances. Is she breathing? Is she conscious? Okay, if she passes out, put her in the discovery position and fan her, then call us back, we'll try to hurry up. She keeps asking for the dog and that she wants us both to make love to her.
White woman spotted.
British, the most white of women. The original white women, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a historiologist. When I try to move her into the house, she keeps grabbing me and trying to kiss me. What the hell am I going to do? This hospital's a 5-minute walk, so I make the decision to get her there by carrying her, or she's going to die from heat stroke. So I tell her I know a really nice dog across the road and I'm going to take her to it. Her eyes light up and she heads out with me to the garden. I get her to put her leggings on and begin to walk to the hospital while being sexually assaulted the entire way. 999 rings me back and I tell them the plan. The closest door is the ear and throat department or whatever, so I carry her in there where there's air conditioning and I sit her down. I shout for help and a nurse appears, she fetches some water, I leave her in their capable hands. They all seem to know who she was and apparently she had been on the mental ward. As I walk out she just yells, "Where is this dog to lick my clitoris?"
What the fuck?
Which might be the title. The nurses look puzzled. I shrug my shoulders and walk out. I return home, locking all of the doors and the gates, and have a shower to wash the women's sweat and fanny juice off of me. I've not seen her today, hope she's feeling better. If the mods so wish to verify this story with video evidence, as my house has Nest cameras, but I won't post those publicly for obvious reasons. I'm getting a lot of requests, so here's a photo from my back garden CCTV. The inside video with sound is much better, but will remain unshared. Apologies.
Yeah, fair enough. What the fuck?
I'll post the Imgur thing in the lobby chat. You don't have to put it in the video.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's lobby chat? So yeah, that's a hell of a story.
That's a thing I just heard.
Where is this dog to lick my clitoris?
Where is this dog to lick my clitoris? In my mind, I'm thinking about the title, and I'm thinking, how can I combine the words clitoris and British? British. I'm going to make a note. Find a way to combine British with clitoris. I can't... I'm halfway there.
What the fuck?
Where is this dog to lick my clitoris? There we go.
This is simultaneously the most white and the most British post I've heard from Reddit.
This guy has a really nice backyard. He's got a nice back patio.
He does.
A nice back patio.
What the fuck?
He's got a fucking solar lamp. Do you see that shit?
I see that shit.
He's got like an L couch. You know this guy has people over.
Yeah.
Hopefully, other people.
Yeah. Hopefully, people who are a little bit more together.
The top comment. Your backyard looks like a Sims house.
Okay, now I gotta put it in the video.
Yeah, it does look like a Sims house. I love how everything else in this story, and that's what he latches on to.
There's a lot happening here, to be fair.
Oh yes.
This is a complicated situation.
Oh yes. Oh boy, that was something. That was
what
something.
What the factual fuck did I just listen to?
Oh my god. Oh shit. Craig, do the conversion for me. Would you please?
40 Celsius is 104 Fahrenheit.
Damn, that's hot.
That is delirium-inducing heat. I will admit.
I can understand why he made the assumption. It's a safe assumption to make.
Mm-hmm. No, it turns out she was delirious and also crazy to start with. That's a combination.
Indeed.
From bad to worse one, let's say. Okay. Let's look at my save posts. Kevin, read this one.
Alrighty then. Am I the asshole for leaving a bad review on a small store? So my boyfriend and I have a tradition for our anniversary that we each go to a store and separate, and after we buy each other gifts we exchange in the car. It's silly and cute. We walked into this new mom-and-pop anime store. I am a huge anime nerd. My boyfriend likes video games, which they also sell.
Whoa.
We separate and I go look... Based. We separate and I go look at stuff for my boyfriend. A worker walks up to me and starts chatting, then points at my leg. I have a pretty big tattoo of Kakashi from Naruto on my thigh, among other anime tattoos. Ooh, extra based. He asks if I got that for my boyfriend, and I said, no, I've always loved Naruto, and then showed him my other tattoos, which included the Leaf Village symbol, Gar of the Sands Gourd, and a piece on my arm of Asuma Sarutobi. He started quizzing me on the lore of the anime, and I told him I wouldn't have spent $1,000 on tattoos of anime I didn't know about, and I didn't appreciate him trying to catch me in a gotcha moment. He told me he didn't believe a girl could ever fully understand the real story of Naruto and the depth behind it. LOL.
Well, you see, you have to have a really high IQ to understand the plot of Naruto.
Jesus.
I told him
Christ, these are 2006 forums all over again.
Yep.
I told him I didn't need his services and he can go back to the front desk. He told me I was a rude wannabe bitch and walked into the back, and I continued purchasing my items. I left a review later. TLDR, if you're feminine presenting, enter it with caution. One of the employees will call you a bitch when you don't want to prove your nerd cred to him. The owner left a comment on my review asking for an email conversation and asked that I take down my review because people have started complaining about this employee as well, and his sale revenue has dropped. I told him I wouldn't, and maybe he shouldn't hire misogynists if he doesn't want bad reviews. My friends tell me I'm overreacting. Am I the asshole? No.
No.
Yeah, no, this guy
I was
should...
just say you're an asshole for tanking the store because of one interaction with a customer, but if the guy's going to defend his... or one interaction with a worker, but if the guy's going to defend his worker, then go fuck that guy too.
Yeah, no, this is... That employee should not be working there, and if the boss is going to defend that kind of behavior, then, like, people don't need to be shopping there. That's not a store worth shopping at. Go somewhere else. You're not the asshole, OP.
Yeah.
Not the asshole, as if Naruto is some grand epic that's hard to understand. A 12-year-old could understand it. It's literally written for 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty unanimous not the asshole thing.
Your testosterone levels just aren't high enough to comprehend the sophisticated themes of Naruto.
God, what the fuck?
Like, what a hill to die on, you know? What a...
Well, clearly you need a very high IQ to understand Naruto. It's a series that
clearly,
as well as a cursory knowledge of theoretical physics.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Women just can't understand Naruto.
Women, am I right?
Anyway, not the asshole.
No, not the asshole. Girl, you did the right fucking thing.
That's you know, like I don't like Yelp reviews and shit on principle, but this is a good this is a valid use of them, I think, you know.
Yeah, it's good to actually like broadcast to people, hey, there's someone working here who is really fucking sexist and will absolutely ruin your day, and the person who, you know, runs the store is trying to defend this shit. So, you know, red flags here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Am I the asshole for threatening to call the cops on my parents and calling my dad a human trash can after what they did to my sister?
Ooh.
Depends on what he did to your sister.
Yep. Throwaway and fake names. Entire thing honestly sounds like some sort of soap opera and caused people a lot of grief, so I'd like some third-party opinions. Well, we're all about that. I, 17F, have a half-sister on my dad's side, Jasmine, 27F. Me and Jasmine aren't super-duper close, but she's very nice, and we do keep in touch and just vent about life. Dad isn't very understanding towards Jasmine. I don't really know how else to put it, but from what I've seen and heard, she's very pushy towards her and almost makes her always makes some remark about how she's not doing enough. Mom doesn't like her very much and says she doesn't respect them. Jasmine has a friend, quote-unquote, John, quote-unquote, early to mid-30s, I put quotation marks because it's obvious she and John are a lot more than friends. She's told me before that she loves him, but refers to him as a friend in front of Mom and Dad, though they suspect otherwise. John lives in a neighbor state to us. A neighbor state. Jasmine was going to catch a train there and meet him at the station. Long story short, and from the details I heard, Mom got a hold of Jasmine's phone when she came over at some point and blocked John's number. She has her Gmail on her phone, which Mom also blocked John's email from. Jasmine didn't realize until way later. This caused a huge misunderstanding between them. Basically, she went to the station, waited for hours, he didn't show up, Jasmine was in a really bad state, and couldn't believe my parents could pull something like that. So I asked them, and the mother said that she and Dad thought this needed to be done for her own good. I shouted at them, threatening to call the cops if they don't apologize to Jasmine and try to make things right. Side note, I don't know if the cops would do anything in this case, or if they're relevant, I just said that in the moment. Dad said I was butting into, quote, adult matters, and I was too young to understand, and I said I understood enough and called him a human trash can. They said I need to mind my mouth and apologize to them, which I refused to. Mom said she can't believe I'd act like this, and I've, quote, picked up on Jasmine's tendencies. My uncle came over the other day, and I heard Dad crying to him about he's so hurt by his daughter, me. I think what I said was justified, but there's quite a few people telling me I'm in the wrong, so did I go too far with my outburst? Am I the asshole?
Whew, complicated situation here.
I love top comment, quote, butting into adult matters, the mother said after stealing her adult daughter's phone to block the number and email of a man she's with. Not even her daughter, her stepdaughter. That's right, yeah, someone corrects them. Her almost 30-year-old stepdaughter. That's taking parental control to the extreme. No, you're not the asshole, OP.
Yeah, no, that... God. It's God, the reaction that the parents have is literally that fucking respect your elders bullshit. You know, you should respect me simply because I'm older than you and I happen to be your parent.
Yeah.
I gave birth to you. It was the one time.
Yeah. Not the asshole.
Asshole.
You're old enough to understand these matters, and also these matters are stupid anyway, so who cares? This is ridiculously controlling behavior to apply to a 27-year-old woman.
Yeah, it's just Mina like that.
You could be OP. You could be fucking 8 years old and still be in the right here. Like, it's not complicated. It's just dumb.
Your parents are dumb and stupid.
And possibly human trash cans.
Yeah, I think you got that one pretty much like down pat.
Yeah. Man, these all sound so good. Which one of these fucking... Okay, Kevin, you read this one.
Alrighty then.
As soon as copy and paste decides to... Nope, I knew it. I tempted fate, Kevin. I said it would fuck up, and it did. Alright. Yes, this one.
Am I the asshole for wanting my adult stepdaughter, 18, to move out? So, small backstory. My husband and his daughter moved into my house back in 2016. I was more than happy for my stepdaughter, Erin, to move in, since she doesn't get on with her own mother. Me and my husband have a child of our own who is now 5. Erin and my son get along so well and she is amazing with him. But sometimes I get a little jealous about the bond they have. Oh, God,
the flags, they're rising.
Red flag number 1. My son will only want to be hugged by her or spend his time with. He even stopped wanting me to read him a story at night and says he likes the way Erin does it better. I admit this makes me jealous, but it is not the reason I want her out like my husband keeps thinking is the reason.
It's the reason.
I think that's the reason. We recently found out we're having another child, and since our house has only 3 bedrooms, there just won't be enough room. I want to turn Erin's room into a nursery room. Since it is my house, I thought my husband would understand that I want my room back, as I was nice enough to let her stay here for 6 years. She's 18.
Let's just keep in mind she's talking about her stepdaughter.
She's 18 now and legally an adult, so I don't feel any guilt about asking her to leave. Her college doesn't have accommodation, so she lives here while at college, so I understand it would be difficult for her to find a place to stay. She could even move back in with her own mother while she looks for a place. My husband is mad at my decision and is calling me an asshole and saying if she goes, then he goes too. I don't want to lose him too, but I feel like this is my decision, not his. I've not told Erin about this yet, but planning too soon so I can get on with decorating before I physically can't. I'm worried she'll think I'm an asshole too since I still want a relationship with her. So please help me. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arp is a fucking cunt.
Thank you, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Top comment.
Yeah, that was. No, go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead. No.
Right.
Top comment.
Top comment with 4 awards. You're the asshole. You want a relationship with her, but for all the years she spent being a child in your home, you were never her mother. Shame on you for prioritizing a room over a child.
Oh, the next ones are pretty good.
Let's not forget the line where she expected a child of 12 to be grateful that she, OP, allowed her to live in her, OP's home for the past 6 years. Imagine being so far up your own black hole from where no self-awareness can escape. Don't forget to add that she thinks it's reasonable for a... Son of a bitch. Hold on. Don't forget to add that she thinks it's reasonable for a college student to either live somewhere she is uncomfortable or afford an apartment. And after 6 years, it's still her house. Major, you're the asshole. A college student with no income at that. OP has no shame. As an 18-year-old college student as well, Like, she's basically still a child. 21 plus I can maybe understand, but 18? Nah, OP is a massive off-the-scale asshole. Man, this entire thread is just like a fucking roast session.
Yeah. There's a number of points here. You don't love your stepdaughter, and you're jealous of your stepdaughter because your son likes her better than you. I can't imagine why, by the way.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, so you want to kick out the girl.
Mystery.
You want to kick out your supposed daughter as soon as you legally can, who you've also been using as a free babysitter, essentially. So, also, like, you can put young kids in the same room. That's not, like, I'm not buying this we only have 3 bedrooms excuse. Okay, you can put a baby with a 5-year-old. It's not a problem.
My sibling literally has all 3 of their children share a room, and they're fine.
Yeah, me and my siblings shared a room until I was like 10. You know, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, even like me and my siblings, we shared a room. God.
It's not ideal, but like it's it's better than kicking people out. You know,
yeah, this is so fucking stupid and petty, and selfish, and wrong, and fuck you, OP.
I want a nursery. I want the talismans of a civilized life, but I don't have the rooms for it, so I'm just not going to take care of another human being that I am responsible for taking care of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a tosser, fucker.
The kick out at 18 culture is such bullshit to begin with, but also everything else on top of it just makes OP just tonight's biggest loser, honestly.
I completely agree. Oh my god.
You suck, and I hope your husband leaves you.
Yeah, this is not a relationship he has to be in. Like, if this is how you're going to treat his fucking daughter, like, he has no reason to stay. Like,
yeah, because he said if she goes, he goes. I hope they go. I hope you are alone because you deserve to be.
Fucking take a lesson from this. God damn.
Mm-hmm. You're the asshole.
Any updates to that one?
No, nothing. To be fair, this bitch is such an unrepentant asshole. I wouldn't expect an update. I think she's just convinced we're all crazy. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. That was bitter and unpleasant.
That was. I don't know. I had fun calling her an asshole, though.
Then yeah, it was fun. It was also fun.
It's like,
okay, this was just a giant. Okay, this Tifu is a giant fucking block of text, and I'm getting dizzy looking at it, so I'm not reading that.
Okay, alright.
Let's try this one. Okay. Am I the asshole because I want my wife to drink my tea less?
What?
Am I the asshole because I want my wife to drink my tea less?
No, I heard you.
Let's get to the context.
So, like any family, we drink more than just water. What a weird sentence. My wife buys Crystal Light to put in all her water, buys those sugar-free carbonated ice drinks, constantly has 2 Aldi Pop sodas in the fridge, and some ginger ale. I don't like carbonated drinks, so I just stick to the water and tea. We buy liter bottles of a few Japanese tea drinks as well, when I can find it. A milk tea drink that's relatively a rare find. This is my favorite treat drink. My wife has full reign of all the other drinks in the fridge, including my tea, but she gets mad at me when I ask her to save the milk tea for me. Even though I'm not really enforcing any kind of hard rule, I always let her have a few sips when I get a glass if she doesn't have one as well. Today when I got home, I could see that she had a glass of it she left on the counter, and then just now asked me to get her another glass of it. I said she's drinking more of it than I am, and she absolutely raked me over the coals for it, calling me a selfish and a brat, that she likes it too, that I can't have it all to myself. I feel like she has all these drinks, and I really only have the teas, the ones we can't stock with any kind of frequency. That's my favorite soft drink. She has already drank about 2 to 3 times more of the tea in the carton than I have. Am I being unreasonable about this, or should she be more receptive to my requests?
No, she's being incredibly entitled to your shit, and you should put your foot down.
Well, Reddit thinks he's the asshole.
What the fuck?
So, top comment. Hey, wife in question here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, plot twist.
This tea was a rare find for many years, but we have currently found a reliable source that we can go to any time and restock. Out of the last 3 bottles, I have had 4 8-ounce glasses of his precious damn tea. He is being a brat. Edit, I have drank more of this particular 1.5 liter bottle than he has bit because that's 1, I was home today suffering from atrocious morning sickness, and 2, he wasn't home, so tough titties.
Ooh, reversal.
The next comment just replies, "I'm sorry this cracked me up. Just stock up on the tea and be thankful. This is the most Reddit-worthy problem you're having right now." And OP's wife clarifies, "We have a great relationship. He's just being petty and posting this here because he knows I follow this sub religiously. I was short with him earlier about it, and I do feel bad about that, but I was very barfy, but he honestly...
I'm gonna go to Who's the Asshole?"
But I'm being very barfy, and he honestly had it coming because he's being crazy about this."
Okay, yeah. Correction. OP's the asshole. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. A smidgen.
Oh my god. I wasn't expecting the wife to respond.
In bird culture, this is what we refer to as a dick move.
Oh my god. OP's wife here. Oh god.
I don't think that's happened to us before.
It has, and I love how she's like, oh, he's just doing this because he knows I go in this subreddit all the time. He's just being a petty little bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so fucking funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah. All right. My ass is starting to hurt, so let's go to the lightning round.
Oh yeah.
It's time for the lightning round.
I suppose? Question mark.
I'm tired of sitting here. Okay. It just happens sometimes. To be fair, I was also sitting here for like half an hour before we started. So, the lightning round, where we go to our unpopular opinion and find some unpopular opinions. Are these opinions unpopular? Do we agree or disagree? Let's find out.
Ikuza! Let's go.
Unpopular opinion: Twilight isn't even that horrendous. People just hate it because it's popular to hate it.
No, it's actually just fucking horrendous.
It's pretty bad.
It is admittedly pretty bad.
Read the books; they're even worse.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And I don't mean just like content-wise. I mean like the literal writing style is atrocious.
Yeah, it's not great. It is popular to hate on it, but like kind of for a reason. So, yeah. Right. Unpopular opinion: people who make their guests pray before meals just because they pray when they're home alone as a family are annoying.
Yeah.
Forcing your views on people is pretty cringe.
I don't force anyone. I mean, we don't force anyone to pray, but we pray.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about people who force people to pray, so...
Excuse you, are you going to pray over your meal? Have you sampled the platter?
Yes, congratulations on your 3rd clean year.
Thank you, Father.
Yeah, I'm also going to browse through shower thoughts on my phone. Shower thought: the beach is the only place where you can bury a child without getting too suspicious.
Who had the shower thought? You're on a list now.
OP, is there something you would like to tell us?
Kevin, you're not allowed to search that subreddit.
Look, it's fucking... Look. They got a point. It's shower thoughts. Weird things happen in the shower.
True.
Let's see. Unpopular opinion: Harry Potter was way too emotionally stable for a kid who grew up with people who hated him.
Didn't he live under the stairs?
Yeah. At times, I think it comes across in subtle ways. It's not in like the big obvious. I agree. Like, he doesn't have the big obvious issues you would expect from that. It's more subtle than that. But I get the critique.
Yeah, not an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that was yeah. Also that. Unpopular opinion: all it takes is wealth in a podcast, and the masses will follow like sheep. Damn it! I only have one of those things.
God damn it!
Kevin, we need to get us some wealth.
I am one of those sheep. I feel personally attacked. Fuck. I mean, it helps to be cute as a button too, but whatever.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: people who bang their straws on a table to get them out of the wrapper are barbaric. Yeah, but it's fun.
Correct.
It's fun.
OP, marry me.
It's fun, Sheridan. It's fun to go like thug smash.
Yeah.
Thug wants straw. Thug wants straw now. Thug smash.
Barbaric. You want to know what else is fun?
I don't
disagree. Skulls in. You want to know what else is barbaric? You can be both. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I just don't like the insinuation that it's a problem.
Well, that's your own deal, not mine. I'm just agreeing with OP.
I agree too, but I don't like I don't like his tone.
I don't like his tone. Why don't you go talk about it on Reddit?
Maybe I will.
Hi, OP's friend here.
Unpopular opinion: being naked in your home/garden should be socially acceptable and normal. It's part of what a human is, and it's neither weird nor sexual.
All right. Well, you can move to the nearest nudist colony.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I'm naked is when I'm taking a shower, or occasionally when I sleep and it's hot.
Yeah. I have no opinion one way or the other. I don't care. Be naked.
Sure.
I don't care. Yeah, that's my official stance. I don't care. Unpopular opinion: Butterfinger is the most underrated candy bar.
It kind of do be though. Like Butterfinger's fucking awesome.
I do
Everybody
like
loves Snickers, and I'm just like, it's a chocolate bar. Baby Ruth is better.
Snickers has big ad money. You know what I'm saying? It's like they had like a really, really good advertising campaign.
You want to know what's the most advertised and most overrated candy bar though? Is Twix.
I love Twix. We love Twix.
Twix is overrated. Fuck you, people.
It's good. But I will admit that like fucking Butterfinger, the reason why I like Butterfinger is that it's a really, really good fix when you can't afford peanut brittle.
That's also true. I kind of like it better than peanut brittle, honestly. I like the texture better.
Yeah, it's like a little softer and like crumbles better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've offended every dentist listening, but yes. We like Butterfinger. By the way, what the fuck? Speaking of food opinions, what the fuck was with Andrew the other day?
Oh, the fucking like burger pizza thing. Like I thought that was fine.
Yeah, it's great. It was tasty.
I'm sure.
I know you're listening. I know you're listening, Andrew, and I just want you to know it was great, and you're dumb.
We're calling you out, babe.
Yeah. This is the Andrew Call Out podcast.
No. All right.
I'd like 3 of those at this point. Jesus, leave the 4 men alone.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: self-checkout lanes are a failure. Watching someone with a full cart try to scan and bag their items makes me want to leave the store with nothing.
Okay, the thing is, the self-checkout is meant for people with 15 items or less. People who come in with like a full cart of shit and doing self-checkout, they're not the person self-checkout is meant for. They're just being petty.
That's not even true anymore. That is literally what Walmart's doing.
Yeah, they literally call out Walmart for this.
Yeah, Walmart expects you to go with your full ass thing of groceries and check out in the self-checkout. They barely have any regular lanes for people.
Yeah,
they also. I gotta go back to the Walmart is particularly the worst because they fired all the cashiers only to replace them with much worse and slower machines that are also constantly needing employees next to them.
So why don't just hire cashiers?
Because they complain when we don't let them sit.
Jeez.
I don't. Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Self-checkout lanes are not a failure. We were the failure.
Society itself was the failure all along.
Oh, there's so much about society. Unpopular opinion: I don't like it when musicians tell the audience what to do.
Elaborate.
Someone didn't want to put their hands in the air like they just don't care.
Right.
That, or they saw that clip of David Dryman throwing that kid's PSP away and went, "That was a dick move."
Okay, look, look. I'm assuming they're talking about like shit like audience participation songs. Those are fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't like concerts, but if you're gonna go to a concert, then, like, I mean, those are the concert things, so that feels like kind of the reason to go to the concert, is that interaction, you know? It's like...
One of my fucking bucket list items is literally going to a Jam Project concert and being part of the Moto chant during skill. Like, come on!
I'll read the post. I don't know what the lingo is. Crowd fluffing, whatever the term is, makes it feel like a pantomime. A little bit of audience interaction is fun, sprinkled few far between. But when I'm trying to vibe with the music, I feel like it's being taken away from the experience. I don't want to put my hands in the air or make some noise every 10 to 15, like 5 to 10 minutes on command. Use your music and body language performance to make me want to do it on my own. And someone just replies, I bet you hate the hokey pokey. I put my whole self in that one.
The cha-cha slide.
Yeah. Or the Macarena.
The Macarena doesn't ask you to dance, though. There's just a dance that goes with it.
Well, yeah, but the dance is literally instructing you... Well, no, I guess it's not. No. I mean, like, no. I'm confusing the Macarena, the song, with the Macarena, the song, combined with the Jazzercise at summer camp, where they would shout the instructions. Yeah, but no, the song does not actually instruct you. That's right. Although there was that weird period where every radio hit was telling you to clap your hands, and I swear that was a psyop to encourage traffic accidents.
Everybody clap your hands.
Like, no, I mean, like, I swear, there was like a 5-year period where every fucking radio hit was telling you to clap your hands, and I'm like, there must have been like a notable increase in traffic accidents from this. He does make a good point here, though. Even worse when it's punk music. I want to get in a rebel mood, not step in line and obey mood.
Okay, that's fair.
That is true. It's weird that a punk concert would ask everyone to conform. In fact, I think the most appropriate thing to do at a punk concert is just refuse to show up, honestly.
See, now you're getting into the spirit of it.
Yes. We'll rebel against the rebellion. Shower thought, actors must hate watching the movies they're in. Imagine having to listen to your own voice for 2 hours straight. You get used to it.
So, yeah, I've noticed that a lot of actors actually don't like watching their own stuff for that specific reason.
That's true. I'll tell you, if you ever edit your own audio, you get used to your own voice very quickly.
Yeah, that you get used to it, yeah.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, it is appropriate and acceptable to text you at any hour of the day. Me? Me specifically.
Me specifically? Maybe sure.
Yeah, I mean, I might not get back every time.
Yeah, I can't guarantee I'll
I get what they're saying. I get what they're saying. Like, you don't have to, as long as there's an understanding that you don't have to reply right away, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sarah,
what do you think?
thought.
Sarah,
what?
What do you think?
Yeah, you can text me any time of day. I don't answer text messages anyway, so fuck it.
Well, that's one way to handle the situation.
What is this message that did not come to me through Discord, Facebook Messenger app, or fucking Twitter? I don't understand.
Okay, let's honor the spirit of the unpopular opinion and just say they probably meant that too.
Yeah, okay, so fine. Text me anytime.
Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Let's see here. What the fuck is a superset? I don't know what that is. Unpopular opinion. People that curse are easier to be around than people who don't.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know if I've ever made that connection personally. But sure, I guess. I mean, anecdotally. Maybe. Unpopular opinion. For 15 years, the gaming industry has failed to produce a better online multiplayer experience than Halo 3. Thoughts? I can't really speak to this.
Yeah, I want to know what Sarah thinks about this one.
Repeat it one more time.
For the past 15 years, the gaming industry has failed to produce a better online multiplayer experience than Halo 3.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. That feels a little subjective to me.
You could also argue, like, Modern Warfare 2, but, like, Xbox 360 is the era Give me 1 second. I gotta deal with my dog real quick.
Okay.
I have an opinion about this.
All right.
All right. It's fine. It's fine.
Kevin, let's fill time by making noises at each other.
Okay.
Ah.
Thank you, Father.
Nice callback. Nice callback. There's another unpopular opinion that says headphones are far superior to any form of earphones. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Increasingly unpopular in the modern age. I feel so alone sometimes.
I love headphones.
Yeah, they're great.
Headphones good.
Better than any form of earphones.
Based.
All right. The
Okay.
Xbox 360 era was like the peak of online gaming chat because it was completely unrestricted for the most part. It was the time when online interactions were not moderated as much. You could get away with a lot more, so it was always funny to listen. It was always funny to listen to like unrestricted chat, like in regular game chat. People were more social then. That was a big part of it. But as far as the multiplayer experience goes, Halo 3 just had it right. It just kept you going from game to game. If you wanted to stay with a crew that you found that day, you could. And nowadays, everything just kicks you out of a fucking lobby every time you're done playing. It joins you with a new lobby. It's unless you want to go through the legwork of like making friends and like finding a crew and keeping up with all of that stuff. It's much more difficult to actually stay with.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before. Where like
there's no casual party building anymore.
Yeah. I think we talked about that before. Where it's like the rise of matchmaking has been a problem, and the death of lobby culture is a tragedy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It still kind of exists on a per platform, per game basis. It's more common on PC for there to be lobbies, but like it seems like game companies increasingly prefer just regular matchmaking because it means that they don't have to moderate as much.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: recorded music is better than live music. I agree. I don't get the appeal of live music.
Yeah, it's a situational thing, but like in terms of like casual listening and like actually wanting to enjoy the music itself, then yeah, recordings are.
I think it totally depends on the group too, because some people are way better on record than they are in person. Like one of my favorite bands, Tesseract, is actually way better live.
Yeah,
than they are like in recording. The recording, a lot of the music is subdued. The singer is a lot more restricted and on what he's doing, but like live, like his voice is so much better because he adds in a lot more flourish to it. So it's like in that case, I almost prefer listening to live versions of the music than I do recorded versions. And they know this, which is why they just released an album recently with live versions of all of their songs, so without the clapping and shit. Sure. But it's just better. But with like some groups, like a great example being Dragon Force, yes, they're much better listening to. The quality of music is much better when they have time to edit it than it is like live.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: dishwashers are more work than washing up by hand. That depends on the quantity, my friend.
Yeah, that does depend on the quantity.
Yeah. There's I mean, like, I agree. If you don't own a ton of shit, then maybe a dishwasher isn't a great investment, and it might be more work. But like in a commercial setting, no. You know. Unpopular opinion: bars of soap are better than bottled gel in the shower. I disagree.
I disagree.
Disagree.
Shower thought: Kid Rock is neither a kid nor does he rock. Discuss.
I refuse.
Shower thought: zoos are a place where animals can view humans for free.
Oh god, we have to pay to look at the... The animals just live there. We come to visit.
That is a good shower thought.
Yeah. Ooh. That gave me some thought. That gives me something to think about.
Unpopular opinion. No, sorry. Shower thought. Cell phones have made laughing by yourself in public seem normal. I don't know if cell phones did that, but Bluetooth earpieces definitely made that.
Yes.
Definitely did that. Yeah. Because like you can see when someone's on a cell phone. It's a little bit harder when they just have a Bluetooth earpiece. Let's see here.
Hate to be that guy, but we got to wrap it up soon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're doing.
It's enough for this week. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do this again on Saturday, so we got to save our material. You know.
True.
That's the thing that sucks about delaying it is that it's like, oh, we got to do it again in 5 days. To stay on schedule. Anyway, thanks for listening to the bakagaijinshow. If you want to be a part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com, or you can join our official Discord server with the link provided below. And also, I put our Twitter @s there now. It's just a little thing I do. You can follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CCharmanderK, at Saradin Cedranor. We love you, I think, sometimes. I don't know. Thanks for listening.
We do this shit every Saturday for you, so it's a labor of love.
Yeah, it's a form of sacrifice. It's also just fun. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Bakagaijin Show. Hope you had fun. Subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you next week. Zeke Freak out. Ciao for now.
Bye.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path.